2007, the NIU Huskies have been knocked down several times, but they continue to get up and fight. Today, Kent State steps into the ring. And it's up to Larry English to deliver the knockout punch and turn the Golden Flash into a dim glow. It is a crisp fall football Saturday afternoon here in DeKalb, Illinois. Northern Illinois playing host to the Golden Flashes of Kent State. Welcome in to Brigham Field at Husky Stadium alongside Bob Kamel. I'm David Kaplan, and Bob, two teams that have had their struggles this year. They're playing for pride today, and Northern Illinois' defense has a big task in their hands.
I don't think there's any question. Larry English, emblematic of Joe Novak type of football. Tough, hard-nosed, never say quit. This team is 1-8, but trust me, they'll be competitive today, they'll fly around, and they'll play great defense.
Well, it should be a real interesting matchup. Northern Illinois is going to have to pressure a very good young quarterback for Kent State. Giorgio Morgan, true freshman, can play.
True freshman, but he played in his first game against Central Michigan University. He threw for 247 yards. No interceptions and 3 touchdowns. He's been under fire before. Look for him to take another big step up today.
All right, now one drill that the Kent State coaching staff put in this week was pressuring Giorgio Morgan to simulate that ferocious Northern Illinois pass rush anchored by Larry English.
Well, Denny Dornbos, the defensive coordinator from Northern Illinois, knows what to do when you play against a freshman quarterback. Pressure, pressure, pressure. That's why the Kent State staff had this drill. You achieve what you emphasize in football. And football games are won in the collegiate level on Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, should be a real good matchup. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening kick. Larry English and company getting ready. Northern Illinois and Kent State coming up on Comcast Sports Net.
Hey Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at niubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands: Gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations: the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear selection and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu. Get reacquainted with an old friend, Eduardo's Mexican Restaurant in downtown DeKalb. Our simple but elegant dining room has been completely remodeled, including commissioned artwork by renowned Chicago artist Oscar Romero. But our great food hasn't changed. We still have the best selection of authentic Mexican dishes, including seasonal specials, all expertly prepared using only the finest and freshest ingredients, and served steaming hot to your table. Eduardo's Mexican Restaurant, downtown DeKalb.
Casey's, it's all good. Casey's, it's all right. Casey's, we make it any way you like.
Stop into Casey's General Store and get a 25-cent 2-liter with the purchase of any large pizza, plus tax and deposit not valid with any other offer.
Casey's General Store. Casey's, it's all good.
The story of the safest accident. It's not the crumple zones to absorb the impact. And it's not the airbags when the ice turns to black. You see, the safest accident is the one that never happens. The 2008 RX, offering 14 actively safe features. Learn more at activelysafe.com.
Welcome back here to Brigham Field at Husky Stadium in DeKalb, Illinois. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel. A nice, crisp fall afternoon, Bobby, and this is what you think about with college football.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, Dave. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, as you mentioned, a cool, crisp afternoon. Northern Illinois, Chicago's team, taking on Kent State. You know, 1-8, people can talk about 1-8 all they want. There's no doubt Northern Illinois has been plagued by injuries, but they will come out aggressively. There's never a Joe Novak team that has any equipment.
All right, let's go down and pick it up. The third member of our broadcast crew, Kenny McReynolds, is joining us.
Hey guys, you know, we've talked a lot about the defense today, but what about the offense on both sides? It could be a great battle of running backs. Of course, for NIU, Justin Anderson needs just 2 yards to become a 1,000-yard rusher. But for Kent State, boy, what a sophomore running back they have. Eugene Jarvis, he has rushed for 1,295 yards. He's only 66 yards away from a single-season rushing record for Kent State. So, Bob, don't be surprised if the Huskies put an extra man in the box to try to handle Mr. Jarvis.
All right, thank you, Kenny Mack. You know, it's interesting. You and I were talking in the open, and we talked about it earlier today when we got together, that Kent State really wanted to prepare their young quarterback for the pressure that Northern Illinois will bring. And while the Husky record isn't where they want it to be, Larry English is one of the best pass rushers in America.
You know, Marmion, great football tradition, Aurora Marmion High School. But the great thing about this young guy, I talked to Mike Sabach, his position coach. He said what you see on the field on Saturday is what you see at practice Monday through Thursday. And as I said on the open, college football games are won during the week. They're won on Tuesday, they're won on Wednesday, and they're won on Thursday. How you prepare for these games. And when you've got a young guy like Larry English with the motor that he has, he leads by example. And, you know, younger guys say, hey, this guy's pretty good. I'm going to start practicing that way, and it becomes contagious.
Let's meet the fine sponsors of NIU football here on Comcast Sportsnet. This broadcast of Northern Illinois Husky football is brought to you by Patty's Pub and Grill, the official tailgate home of NIU Athletics. Village Commons Bookstore for all your Husky clothing and souvenirs. Visit vcbs.com. Applebee's. Try Applebee's Carside to Go. You call it in, we bring it out. Casey's General Stores, the official convenience store of NIU Athletics. Casey's, a convenience store, and a whole lot more. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, I found it at Farm and Fleet. Jewel, we take one-stop shopping to the next level. TCF Bank open 7 days. The NIU MBA programs take the NIU MBA Challenge. Kishwaukee Hospital, health, heart, home, and Resource Bank, where banking is a pleasure. All right, let's take a look at the Applebee's starting lineups for today's contest. There's Justin Anderson. As Kenny said, needs just a couple of yards to have a 1,000-yard season. Britt Davis, playmaker at wide receiver. Chris Acevedo, he'll be playing on Sundays next year, not Saturdays. Eddie Adamski, very, very mobile at the center spot. Jason Onibuagu. John Brose, the junior offensive tackle, and Matt Simon, leading receiver for the Huskies this year. Brandon Davis, the big tight end. There's Dan Nicholson, the junior quarterback, will duck under center and try and put some points up for Joe Novak's Huskies. There's a look at Dan Nicholson out of Brother Rice High School, 6'2", 192, a junior, captain. Evans, Adonis, and Patrick George are going to be deep for Northern Illinois. Kent State won the toss and deferred. They said they'll take it in the second half. The NIU MBA program opening kickoff. Take the NIU MBA Challenge. The NIU MBA program, a proud sponsor of NIU Athletics. And Northern Illinois with a little bit of trickery on the opening kickoff, and they've got running room, and it will be out right around the 26-yard line. So a little bit of trickery from Northern Illinois on the opening kickoff. Patrick George taking the toss, took it back around the right side. Andre Flowers was the man in on the tackle. There you see the toss, and here comes Patrick George. It just can't quite get enough blocking, Bobby, to spring him to the sideline.
Well, I like that call because this is going to be a field position type of football game. I like that. Well executed. He looks upfield, starting to line up his blockers. One guy to beat to the outside. Stay to the outside.
All right, a 1st and 10 situation. Nicholson's going to give it to Justin Anderson. He's got 1,000 yards now on the season. He rumbles for about 3, knocked out of bounds by Johnson and Maxwell. Will Johnson came up and made the hit that knocked him out. It was a 12-yard return, by the way, on the kick.
This young guy, I really like him. 5'11", 222 pounds, played at Steinmetz High School in Chicago, in the Chicago Public League. Public League football in Chicago is on the rise. I don't think there's any question over the past 4 or 5 years.
A second down situation for Northern Illinois. Nicholson going to give it to Anderson again, picks his way, breaks a tackle, and he's out near, we'll call it the 33-yard line, going to bring up a third and about 4.
But David, the keys for Northern Illinois right now, when defensively, put pressure on Giorgio Morgan. He is a young quarterback, and they have to control the run, force him to throw the ball, and they have to control the football. Control the football with a good running game and have a sound kicking game, because I mentioned earlier, field position will be critical in this game.
All right, third down situation, 3rd and 4. Nicholson's got the football, good play action fake, throws, finds Britt Davis. He is knocked out of bounds with a Northern Illinois first down. Jamison Kahns made the tackle, but a real nice fake. Check out the play action fake here, Bob.
It really does. It has a lot of pull. See those linebackers, they're sitting, and they're in man coverage. He looks downfield, goes through his progression. Great job of dumping the football off. Watch the route here. Inside, fakes it, continues in the route, get out to the flat, look back for the football. Nice job, young man. Great fake. That's what sold the play.
At Dan Nicholson, a 23-yard gain to Britt Davis. That fake was outstanding. Nicholson throws, finds Britt Davis again, breaks a couple tackles, and now about 30 white and yellow uniforms will drag him down at the 30. It looked like the whole sideline had him.
What a well-conceived pass. What a great call. 3-step drop, which really gives your quarterback an opportunity not to get under duress. 1, 2, 3, stop. Throw the football. 3-step drop. Good hands, and I'll tell, as I said before when we talked to P.J. Fleck, the outstanding wide receiver coach for Northern Illinois. What did he say? You catch the football with what? Your eyes, not your hands.
That's funny because Tommy Waddle said that to me one day. He said, where do you catch the football? I said, well, not your chest, your fingers. He goes, no, your eyes.
Your eyes. Concentration.
And this play will go absolutely nowhere. Football's loose, and Kent State's got it. Kent State has recovered a Northern Illinois fumble. Now, are they going to call him down is the question.
Very interesting, David. It was a fundamental stretch play into the boundary. Somebody had to get Joe Novak. He's down, Joe knows. Kent State signaling they have the football. Northern, and Kent State does have the football. Tough break for the Huskies. You've got to secure the football as a running back. Take care of the football. Stretch play, just a fundamental handoff. Big number 54 in there, I think, pull the football out. You see more and more of players stripping the football. That looked like Maxwell getting a hand in there and pulling the ball out. There he is, right there. There it comes out. Yep. Good job.
Jack Williams made the recovery. The question is, was his forward progress stopped?
Please reset. 31, 12, 41.
But it will be Kent State's football. So first key moment in our game is a turnover by Anderson for Northern Illinois. Did you think his forward progress had been stopped?
No, I didn't, David.
Kent State with play action, throws and completes it.
Now here,
Vanderink makes the catch.
Kent State comes back with basically the same play. Kent State has to do 3 things here. They have to protect Morgan so he doesn't lose his poise. He had a great game against Central Michigan, but the fact of the matter is he is a true freshman. Senior leadership in the huddle, yet again reflective of having a freshman quarterback. And finally, play the course, not the opponent, because this guy's going to see every blitz possible, and you can't answer them all.
7-yard gain, a second and 2.5, 3 yards to go for Kent State on their first possession. Handed off to Jarvis. Tries to move the sticks, and I believe he'll have enough for a first down.
David, let's get back real quick to the fumble where Maxwell pulled the ball out. When you have the ball carrier in grasp, 3 or 4 guys have him secured because of great pursuit, it is very prudent to coach the next guy coming in, grab the football, pull it out. That's what they did. That's a well-coached defensive football team right there.
Wide receiver screen, kick it outside, and it will not gain a lot. It will be a completed pass, which does get Giorgio Morgan confidence throwing the football.
Exactly. What you want to see with Giorgio Morgan, with the offensive coaches from Kent State, is a maturation of a quarterback through the ebb and flow of the game. In other words, let's not throw the ball right downfield. Let's give him a little bit of success here. A dink pass there, a three-step drop there, maybe a screen pass, and then build upon it as he moves the football offensive.
By the way, we do want to welcome the viewers that left the Missouri-Texas A&M game. That game is now a final. Missouri wins it 40-26. So the woes continue in College Station for Dennis Francione. But welcome in here to Northern Illinois and Kent State. No score. Northern was on the move, did fumble. Kent has the ball now. Brandon Bice made the tackle of Eugene Jarvis, and it will bring up third and about 5 yards to go for the Golden Flashes.
Well, now you mentioned David earlier about just progressing. Give him something safe to do. It's early in the game. Don't put the football in harm's way. Don't try to throw it. Don't force it.
Jarvis has it. Jarvis turns the corner. Jarvis is going to, I believe they'll spot this as a first down. We will see where they spot it. Yes, it is. A Kent State first down. So on 3rd and 5, they run the football, and he picks up the first down. Watch this play right here around the right side, Bob.
Excellent job at the right side of the Kent State offensive line. A good job by Jarvis showing patience. Sometimes you got to take that little stutter step. It's not just get the ball and go. Let the defense declare itself. Let the offensive linemen engage the defenders and then make your decision.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of Northern Illinois. Morgan fakes, looks, he's going downfield. He goes up top, throws, and it is too deep, incomplete. Good coverage there for Northern Illinois. Garner was the intended receiver.
There's a little bit of sequential play calling that we see there by Doug Martin. In other words, the play before, the running play before, had a lot of draw with the defense. Now they come back with the next play, run the same play action as they did with success off the running play, get him back there and take a shot downfield. I like the fact that he overthrew the football because there was only one receiver that was in that route. It was a route, not a pattern. I'll tell you what the difference is.
Overthrow it, either catch it or it's incomplete.
Good, shows good maturity by this young man.
He looks, throws the wide receiver screen again, and it will go for positive yardage. They'll pick up 8, maybe 9 yards. Real nice blocking by Kent State to pick up about 9. Lenerick Muldrow made the catch, and Josh Allen from his linebacker spot up to make the hit.
Good show of arm strength. Well orchestrated play. Very well. Good blocking downfield. Wide receivers that block are the guys that get a look to play on Sunday. Be a complete wide receiver.
They'll hand it off to Jarvis, and he's going nowhere. Jarvis is blown up. Mark Ryder and Josh Allen came up and made the hit.
Great defense here. Good. You know what? You've heard me say this, David. Tackling is a dying art. Watch the tackle here. On the rise. Hang on. Wrap them up. Everybody running to the football. Good defense. You know, again, tackling is a dying art, just the way faking is. We've seen good examples of both, however, which is a sign of good coaching.
And that was Josh Allen who came up and just really, as you said, textbook tackle. Giorgio Morgan, and he's not going to get the first down. He is not going to get it. On 4th down, he does not pick it up. 56, Brandon Bice roars in, blows up the play, and it will go possession the other way for Northern Illinois.
Very well may have been an option play. You see, he came down the line and started to go downhill. However, never looked at the pitch back. In other words, everybody brought a lot of attention to himself when he didn't look. And I think that's what Coach Martin's saying. Maybe if you pitched the ball, we'd have had a little bit of a better chance.
All right, we've got a timeout on the field. 8:43 to go in the first. Kent State and Northern Illinois, and there's no score in DeKalb.
Advance your career with an MBA from Northern Illinois University.
I was able to balance my MBA with my professional life as well as my personal life. And best of all, NIU's MBA program is AACSB accredited and affordable.
I was impressed with the knowledge and experience of the professors, and the program provided me with a well-rounded business education. The affordability and convenient locations made my decision easy, They made my MBA a reality.
Attend an open house in Hoffman Estates Monday, September 17th, or in Naperville Wednesday, September 19th.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky territory. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the new NIU logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or a fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your Husky headquarters. Visit us in DeKalb or call us toll-free 800-700-4868 or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
All right, 8:43 to go in the first, and it is no score. Kent State, Northern Illinois. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, the coach, and Kenny McReynolds is patrolling the sidelines here in DeKalb, Illinois. Hollywood Todd Armour is our spotter.
Hollywood, is that Hollywood as in California, or is where the outer drive starts on the north side?
It would be Hollywood as in California. He's a prime time.
All right.
Nicholson, Justin Anderson, the man who is split out left. Nicholson stumbles, now goes down the field, throws, and it is caught. Outstanding catch in traffic by the big tight end, Brandon Davis. And that will move the chains. Nicholson nearly fell down coming out of center. Watch this.
I mean, he stumbles coming out, as you mentioned, out of center, and all of a sudden he comes back, stumbles just a bit, regains his composure, throws the ball downfield. Brandon Davis right down the middle against cover 2, and that's where you want him to be. Brandon Davis, Broadview, Illinois, Riverside Brookfield High School.
Gain of 31 on the play. Nicholson gonna hand it to Justin Anderson. He's got a hole. He turns the corner. Real nice open field tackle by Will Johnson. Otherwise, that play gained big yardage.
You know, we mentioned tackling before. The most difficult type of tackling is open field tackling, and for obvious reasons, because that running backs, great athleticism, little fake here, little fake there. You got to come down. You can't dive in. You got to sit down on, keep your feet moving just a little bit, stay in a good football position, and when you take that last fake, single, go in and make the tackle.
It's like you're coaching up here.
I'm coaching up here, David.
It's a 2nd and 6. Nicholson drops, looks, throws, and it's intercepted. Right off the hands of the big tight end, Davis. And this one could be a big play. And it will be all the way back to the Northern Illinois 28. Jack Williams off the deflection. That is not Dan Nicholson's fault. That ball should have been caught.
Brandon Davis took his eyes off of the football. Good look right here, good protection, good blitz pickup. That ball's got to be caught. He took his eyes off the football just for a second, that's all it takes, and Jack Williams goes the other way. Jack Williams is considered number 2, 5'9", 181, Norfolk, Virginia, one of the best athletes in the Mid-American Conference, and definitely a pro prospect.
47 yards on the return. Jarvis, and we've got a reverse. Here comes Kent State up the field, and they will pick up a gain of about 8 or 9. And that play, Bob, as it developed, really looked like it was going to go for a lot more. Derek McBride took the toss from Jarvis. Chase Carter ran him out of bounds. I thought that was going to be something that would be a lot bigger play.
Why this play has so much pull. Look at those 2 big offensive linemen going opposite of the pitch back. Now he comes back around field, and it's all him. Fake inside, go outside, set that block up. The reason it had so much pull is it pulled the linebackers out of there because you had 2 big offensive linemen pulling in the opposite direction.
I think that was Bradley Pruitt was the man, 24. Didn't make the tackle, but he forced the running back a little farther high than he wanted to, and it made it very tough to turn the corner.
I'll tell you, this Eugene Jarvis, he's something special. He was the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette Player of the Year. And when you think of the type of high school football they have there, that is really quite an honor. He's led the MAC in rushing. He was 12th nationally going into the season in rushing.
Morgan hands off to Jarvis, picks his way.
You know, there are different types of runners. You can't say that he's a straight ahead fast guy, and yet you can't say he's kind of a slashing runner. He's kind of a combination of both. Cruises in there a little bit. What happens is with a running back starts to develop a style as he starts to understand the nuances of the blocking in front of him and where the offense is going to declare that lateral crease in the defense.
Out of the shotgun. Morgan's going to keep it. Morgan's turning it up the field. Morgan's into the end zone. The football's loose, but they are going to say he was already in. The football came loose. 10-yard run. Giorgio Morgan into the end zone, and Kent State grabs the lead 6-0. Very close on this fumble. Take a look.
Watch number 56 here, Augustus Parrish. Look at him stay with that block. That's what got that ball into the end zone. Giorgio Morgan got 6. I'd give 3 of those to Augustus Parrish. When you see a big guy like that, 6'5", 305-pound junior, get downfield and execute a block, you know you've got a special talent.
Snap, set, kick is good. So Nate Reed knocks it through, and it is 7-0. Kent State on a Giorgio Morgan 10-yard touchdown scamper. 6:26 left here in DeKalb with the Golden Flashes striking first.
Give it to me, 1, 2, 3.
Introducing Applebee's new Ultimate Trios. Great taste, great big portions, and a great price. Choose 3 from 7 delicious options to create your ultimate flavor fest. Like our new 100% Angus beef mini bacon cheeseburgers. New crispy, plump, and spicy dynamite shrimp. And the new flame-grilled steak quesadilla tower. Ultimate Trios, ultimate platter at an unbeatable price. Only at Applebee's.
Give it to me, 1, 2, 3.
Every week, tune into Bears Blitz on Comcast Sportsnet. Get all the latest news surrounding your NFC champs. Wednesdays, it's all about the new look offense as Lovie Smith and Ron Turner address the media. Thursdays, the defense has the mic as Lovie Smith, Bob Babbage, and Brian Urlacher talk X's and O's. Plus, Dan Jiggets tells you this week's keys to the game, and William Jackson sits down with the team's top stars. Bears Blitz, every Wednesday and Thursday at 4:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Bulls basketball on Comcast Sportsnet. Every home game on that nice HD. The best pre and post game coverage.
Complete Bulls coverage on Sports Night.
Bulls basketball on Comcast Sportsnet.
Comcast Sportsnet, fan best friend.
6:26 left in the first. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel with you here. Kent State 7-0 over Northern Illinois. The quarterback, Giorgio Morgan, finds pay dirt. Bob, does football come out before he hit the end zone?
I think it's a touchdown. I think he broke the plane. Let's get a good look here. Right. He has the football. Broke the plane. That's a touchdown. You know, just before we went to break, did you see Doug Martin with Giorgio Morgan on the sideline? That's coaching. You never stop coaching. He's coaching this young guy through the ebb and flow of this football game. Doug Martin does a great job with Kent State. A little banged up this year. Expectations higher than what the record reflects, but outstanding job by Doug Martin and his staff.
Driving kick. Patrick George has it. Patrick George out near the 20, and he will be knocked back. Nope, breaks free. Patrick George trying to turn the corner. Patrick George knocked down at the 21-yard line.
Amazingly, David, we've seen some chicanery on some of these returns, and what is more amazing, we have not seen the yellow flag on the ground.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No illegal blocks.
Well, here, he never quits on the play. Good job by Kent State getting down the field, filling the lanes. The reason why he's able to do that, any of you young guys out there that are running backs or wide receivers, his feet never stop. And the other thing I want to tell you, young guys, when you're in pursuit on a kickoff, get your head on a swivel.
Because you never know who's going to
know when they're coming back. There's that, always that, you know, get a little look here, a little look there.
Let's go!
Hand off Justin Anderson, picking his way, driving the pile out near the 28-yard line.
I'll tell you, you have to be so impressed with this right tackle from Northern Illinois, John Brost. Maple Grove, Minnesota. This gets a 3.99 GPA, okay, in the offensive line. I love it. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Got a 3.99 block off right there, too. A big fella, 6'6", 304 pounds, and he'll be back next year.
Named to the ESPN The Magazine Academic All-District Football Team. Eligible for Academic All-America. Hand up Anderson, and he should have a first down. Should be enough to move the chains for the NIU Huskies. Will Johnson came up and made the tackle, and it is an NIU first down at the 5:31 mark.
Again, excellent job by the right side of that Northern Illinois offensive line. You know, you talk about this young guy being an academic All-American. You start to go through this roster. Joe Novak recruits, high school captain, National Honor Society, high school captain, National Honor Society, 3.9, 3.8.
Nicholson looking, plenty of time, throws, finds Justin Anderson, he breaks a tackle, drags a tackler for a gain of about 7. Rico Murray was along for the ride, but Justin Anderson turned that into maybe a 3-yard gain into a 7-yard gain.
I'm not so sure if this wasn't a busted route, couple of busted routes here, because as we look here, we're going to see two receivers, including Britt Davis in the proximity of the football. That's where Britt Davis, now hey Britt, you know, you don't have the football, now become a blocker, now you're a guard going downfield. Do the little extra things, Britt. Good football player, Britt Davis.
And a little bit more chicanery. Nicholson's going downfield, looking, got his guy. Matt Simon makes the catch. Big gain, Northern Illinois to the 12. Will Johnson there in coverage and made the tackle. But Bobby, watch this flea flicker.
You talk about choreography. This is choreography. This isn't executed. He starts into the line, hands the football back. He gets his eyes downfield. Nicholson does. Well thrown into tough coverage. Really a wonderful catch. This is a great play, David. I mean, it's a great play. Remember one thing, it's a great call also. Matt Simon.
From Dan Nicholson, 50 yards the gain. Nicholson to Justin Anderson, and that's blown up in the backfield. Tackle for loss, and it will bring up a second and roughly 12. Will Johnson again. Calling his name a lot.
Kent State's defensive front is very, very aggressive. They hit on the rise. A couple of these guys are ex-high school wrestlers. They play with great leverage. One of the things they have to do, though, from time to time, is start to overplay the run and forget about some of those, some of those pass rush techniques.
Nicholson to throw, looks, and it is incomplete, intended for Britt Davis.
He had to throw that football away, basically. That was a good blitz there by Kent State. Well-executed blitz, although somewhat picked up. And I think it's just a little bit impatient. Nicholson hanging there just a little bit. That ball should have been thrown and caught.
3rd and 14 at the Kent State 16-yard line.
You got to play for this, David.
I do. You
3rd and 14.
I go to the middle of the end zone, sprint my quarterback out right, and then fire over the middle of the end zone. And that is a Northern Illinois touchdown in the middle of the end zone. Give them 6. Justin Anderson makes the catch.
Great job of blitz pickup. Great job of blitz pickup. Kent State brought 8. And the ball was thrown just where, look at this, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. That ball, you talk about threading the needle, as they say, between 2 defenders. Nice job with Anderson finding that soft spot.
That was an outstanding throw, and if he waits a half a second more, that ball's picked. Snap, set, extra point is perfect. So we are back even, 7-7. Northern Illinois, a long scoring drive. We'll tell you about it when we come back on Comcast Sports Net.
It's our pride in the red, white, and blue. It's our commitment that always comes shining through. It's everything that you need.
Always find what I need.
You can get everything here.
Always have good service. Got everything we needed.
The hardest working people in America find value at Farm and Fleet.
the Range Rover Sport. With complimentary scheduled maintenance, visit your local Land Rover Center.
On a new NIU record as the Huskies would go on to a 13-6.
Welcome back here to Brigham Field at Husky Stadium. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, Kenny McReynolds is working the sideline. Justin Anderson, this time through the air. He's used to scoring on the ground. Catches the touchdown pass 16 yards from Dan Nicholson. And there's the throw, Bob. And you're right, that thing had to be threading the needle.
The only way I can describe that throw, that, my friend, was big time. That's a big time throw. A well-run route by Justin Anderson.
Kirk Belgrave had designs on that pick and going up the right sideline, and just a day late and a dollar short. Derek McBride is the man who is deep, along with Alan Vanderink.
P.J. Fleck, the outstanding wide receiver coach and the passing game coach for Northern Illinois, he said, hey, that's the way I used to do it.
That's it. Boy, was he a good player.
He was a good player.
We got a chance to talk to him before the game. What a good guy.
He will be a head coach now.
Yes, he will. Driving kick comes down around the 3. And Kent State's going to have pretty good field position out near the 30-yard line. McBride on the return. Let's take a look at our Applebee's Northern Illinois defensive starters. Brandon Bice, the sophomore defensive end. Mike Kraus, the freshman, getting time on the D-line. Alex Crutch, and then here he is, the All-American candidate, Larry English. Josh Allen playing great at his linebacker spot. Zach Larson. There's Phil Brown, a sophomore backer, and pretty good defensive backfield for Northern Illinois. Melvin Rice anchors that group out there. A lot of injuries. You saw all the injured players. As this handoff to Jarvis, a big gainer. Kent State will move it all the way out across their own 40. Chase Carter and Alex Kuba in on the tackle. But we were looking at all the injured players for Northern Illinois as they came out of the Jordan Center. Just amazing how many guys.
It really is, and it's amazing that they can come back and play with this type of an attitude week in and week out. You see Eugene Jarvis there. One thing, defensive calls on first down are going to be critical for Northern Illinois. You want to put a young quarterback in a situation that is difficult from that side of the football.
Morgan throws, and that play blown up by Josh Allen. Real good hit on the wide receiver screen. Phil Garner made the catch. That's the 3rd time they have run that wide receiver screen. It wouldn't shock me, Bob, to see that get jumped later in the game.
Well, you know, you put the football in harm's way when you throw it out there. It's all about timing. But look at Josh Allen, number 9 from Northern Illinois. This guy loves the weight room. North Chicago High School, good high school football up there. You know, he's captain of his high school football team, the most valuable player on his high school football team. Great recruit for Joe Novak as coach.
And you talked about when you throw it out there, there can be problems. That one went off the receiver's hands. Aaron Robinson didn't make the catch, and that could be picked and taken the other way.
Well, one of the things as a wide receiver, if you're not going to catch that football, if the football it's an errant throw, make sure if you're not going to catch it, no one else catches it. And again, I can't emphasize, you mentioned Tom Waddle, a great wide receiver from Boston College and the Chicago Bears. Catch the football with your hands. You have to have total focus and total concentration. I don't like that play, David. I'll be very honest with you. I do not like that
play. Morgan, deep drop, looking, throws, and he is going to throw it out of bounds. And we have a flag on the play in the backfield, and I think it's going to be holding on Kent State, and it will be. You know, up here, it's hard for me to read some of the numbers sometimes. Guys are all bundled up now.
You have those binoculars.
So I grabbed the binocs now. I'm calling Mark Ryder earlier, and he's not even in there.
4th down.
4th down as Northern will decline it, obviously, and it will be a 4th down punting situation. Let's see if we can see. There's the hold right there.
Joe Marifine is that number 65. Young guy moved from outside from, number 75.
Matt Simon is deep to return the punt for Northern Illinois. Driving kick, Simon's got it. He is fenced in immediately at the 23-yard line, which is where Northern Illinois will go on the attack 1st and 10 with 2:02 left in the first quarter in a 7-7 ball game.
One thing about Husky Stadium and Robert Brigham Field, David, you know, I coached here. The wind on this field is swirling. I mean, and it really can be a factor, especially when we start to get into the winter months. I remember one time in the spring where we called off practice. We literally called off practice because you could not hear the person that was standing next to you. So you couldn't coach because it was so windy. Practiced another day. The wind will be a factor in this game.
What year was that? 62, 63?
Oh, David.
Nicholson to Justin Anderson. Tries to pick his way, finds a hole, breaks tackles. Flag comes flying. We'll see what it is as he crossed the 30-yard line.
By Danny Sadler.
Danny Sadler made the tackle.
What a block by Jason Onyabuoga. How did I do?
Anibuagu. We've got a hold coming up on Northern Illinois.
It was not on him, though. Watch this big guy pull. Bammo. The hold is right there on number 86, as I see it.
96.
96.
Repeat first down.
I think it was Brian Beckner who made the hold. See what I mean? It's tough to tell if it's a 9 or an 8. Everybody's got the extra little gear underneath it.
Now, toughest jerseys to do, though, are the UCLA jerseys. That is next to impossible with their away jerseys.
Justin Anderson turns the corner, up the sideline. Justin Anderson rumbling for a Northern Illinois first down on 1st and 20. Rico Murray ran him out, but Justin Anderson just absolutely turns the field position game in Northern's favor on that one.
Watch.
Eddie Adamski.
Britt Davis right there. Britt Davis. Great block by that wide receiver. Great block. Sprung the play. That, you know, wide receiver blocking takes a 10-yard pass and turns it into 20 yards. A 20-yard pass maybe into the end zone. Britt Davis, nice job, young man. Very unselfish play.
33 yards the gain. Anderson. And he'll gain maybe a yard. Eddie Adamski, though, the center, very mobile. Northern has always had Brian Van Acker and then Adamski. These guys are mobile. They pull a lot with their center.
You know, one of the things, when you evaluate, nobody does a better job evaluating than Joe Novak, personally, and his staff. They do a great job of evaluation. You always recruit the best athlete relative to the position that he plays. And I'll tell you one thing, some offensive linemen, see if they play basketball. If they play basketball, they can show that type of athleticism, you can make it good football.
Nicholson fakes, looks, throws. He's got Matt Simon, and that will be enough for another Northern Illinois first down. Danny Sadler again in on the tackle. But, you know, we were down there doing the open, you and I, and it's windy and cold. They're not having any problems throwing the football.
No, not at all. Here's what makes this play. Obviously, it's a good throw. But Matt Simon settles down. He doesn't run right across the field. He settles in that zone right there. And it's a good combination. He's starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm with Nicholson. It starts to become second nature. He settled down. He didn't keep running. Found that soft spot and occupied it.
They hand this one off, and it will be a big gain. They go to the house. They'll knock him down at the 15. David Bryant giving Justin Anderson a bit of a blow, and David Bryant broke tackles and nearly took that one the whole way.
I mean, never take for granted. Look at the way this play is choreographed. I mean, you know, he's back there gambling, faking this way, handing off that way. Good job here by, put both hands on the football there, young man, getting harm's way.
Gain of 22 for David Bryant.
Execution, the execution by the Northern Illinois offense.
And that play will go nowhere. They'll lose a yard. David Bryant, the ball carrier again. Colin Farrell, Will's brother, made the tackle.
Well, what you see here is when Northern Illinois has the ability to run the football successfully, that plays right into the play action passes, even if they're play action off of reverses and things like that.
All right, we've reached the end of one quarter of play. Northern Illinois driving in a 7-7 game here in DeKalb, Illinois.
Team up with the Huskies. Join the Husky Athletic Scholarship Fund today, where your financial support assists in providing a world-class academic and athletic experience for 488 student athletes.
54 Cresida Academic All-Americans.
Highest department GPA in the history of NIU athletics.
MAC West champions in football and men's basketball.
We can't reach our goals without the help of the Husky Athletic Scholarship Fund members.
Call 815-753-1923 for information on joining the HASF.
LASIK eye surgery for $39 a month? Yes, you can. Now choose LASIK eye surgery at the Hauser Ross Eye Institute for only $39 a month or 18 easy monthly payments with no interest. That's right. Affordable payment options make freedom from glasses and contacts closer than ever. For only $39 a month or 18 easy payments, experience what thousands already know. If you've ever thought about seeing life without glasses or contacts, then now's the time to discover Hauser Ross. LASIK eye surgery at the Hauser Ross Eye Institute. Now affordable as ever. Call 1-800-CHECKUP today.
Rated T for teen.
You want to be a WWE champion?
This is Raw 2008. How will you play?
Welcome back. We are ready to start the second quarter of play. Northern Illinois now going with the win. Kent State, the Golden Flashes, will go into the win. 7-7 ball game, a 2nd and 12 at the 16. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, Kenny McReynolds is on the sideline. This is Northern Illinois football on Comcast Sportsnet. Brigham Field at Huskies Stadium. The site, Justin Anderson now back in at tailback. Picks his way, breaks a tackle, takes it up the side, and knocked down inside the 10. Will bring up a 3rd and a much more manageable number. Jack Williams, the 5'9" defensive back, came over and made the hit.
Kevin Scatrud, the left guard, pulled, led the play upfield. This is a great example of not having to pancake somebody. Just get in front of them, shield them, and let the back make the cut off the block. In other words, you're not going to get a pancake block every time, even with a mismatch like that. But if you could get in front of that defender and let the back move inside and jump outside, it's a job well done.
Nicholson looking, throws, finds Justin Anderson, cuts it back up, and he has got a Northern Illinois first down inside the 4-yard line. So the Huskies in business. Danny Sadler again made the tackle, but we're used to Justin Anderson only scoring on the ground. He's got 1 touchdown receiving already, and he's got the football at Northern Illinois. 1st and goal to go at the 4.
Well, that's indicative of a back that's a complete back. There are runners and there are running backs. The difference is a runner gets the football, takes off with it, and that's basically all he can do. When you can catch the ball out of the backfield, when you can block, when you can fake, and then add the running quotient to it, then you know you've got a complete back.
Justin Anderson, touchdown. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Give him 6. And it is a 13-7 game here in DeKalb.
Great push up the middle by Adamski, Scatrud. I mean, this right here, what we call pad under pad. This is all about leverage down here. What I mean by leverage is you're under their pads. Everybody's pad under pad, and he gets a big push and gets it to the end zone. You just mentioned that, David, about we used to see him run the football rather than catch the football. Good job of keeping his pads down. What happens is, those offensive linemen, they'll get you to the first level. If you don't have a lead back, you have to take care of blocking for yourself at the second level with blocking linebackers, blocking them while you carry the football.
All right, we will come back, tell you about that scoring drive. Netnick's extra points good at 14-7. Huskies over Golden Flashes in DeKalb.
My name is Ricardo Patton, the new men's basketball coach here at NIU.
Maintains possession to Paradise, but a fall away from 17 is good.
My staff and I are very excited about being here at NIU and are looking forward to the upcoming season. We have already scheduled some nationally ranked teams such as Southern Illinois, Air Force, and Notre Dame. We look forward this season to seeing you in our beautiful Convocation Center. Go Huskies.
Jewel, it's the fresh way we trim, slice, serve, the fresh way we grind, prepare, fish. It's offering the freshest variety, the best poultry, beef, pork, seafood that's oh so fresh, and help from our experts in store. Top quality, great service, all fresh to your family from Jewel.
Northern Illinois finds the end zone again, and they have a 14-7 lead over Kent State.
Here's the deal. As I mentioned, leverage. Check off. Come back to the next level, to the linebacker level. Everybody's pad under pad. Acevedo, Scatrud, Adamski, Onyebuago, and Bros. Great push by those guys.
The NIU Alumni Association scoring drive, 9 plays, 78 yards, took 3:11 off the clock, a 4-yard TD run by Anderson, his second touchdown of the day. He has 1 receiving now and 1 rushing. Derek McBride and Lenerick Muldrow are deep, and this one will not be returned. It will go out the back of the end zone. Kicking with the wind, a little different than kicking into the wind, Bobby.
Absolutely. You know, it is such a luxury for defensive coordinators when you know that that young man kicking off has an opportunity, has the ability to kick the ball into the end zone. It makes a big, big difference. And makes a big difference, obviously, for the special teams.
By the way, your Notre Dame Fighting Irish down 14 points, 24-10 in South Bend today, the Air Force Academy. There's a handoff. Kent State will pick up 11. Andre Flowers.
Did you think I was going to comment?
No. Just saw you give me a look like, don't remind me.
Well, you know, you talk about a lucky guy. I coached at Michigan, at Notre Dame, at Northwest, only 4 stops along the way, and one of the great places and the great guys that I had to coach in my life were right here at Northern Illinois.
Lee Corso.
With Coach Corso.
That one will be very close to a first down. Very close, depends upon the spot.
Pursuit, pursuit, pursuit. The hallmark of any great defense. What is pursuit? 11 helmets. 11 of those black helmets with that husky dog on the side around the football. A little trivia for you, David. Now they have a mascot. He runs around. It's a guy. His name is?
Well, the dog is Diesel.
The real dog is Diesel.
Victor E. Husky.
Victor E. Husky. My hat is off to you, Captain.
Giorgio Morgan makes 2 men miss, and then he takes a hit. The flag's going to fly. There has to be a 15-yard penalty because he slid.
I think it's a
Phil
good call.
Brown, I think, is going to get the penalty, and I agree with you. First look, I believe it's the right call.
I do too. I really do. You have to know when to pull up. He takes off with the football, touches the football, it slides right there. I think it's a penalty. You have to protect the quarterback. The thing that surprises me a little bit after this call, I'll finish my thought. Helmet to helmet. That's what they call helmet to helmet. I think, most people think of that just the fact that he hit him, but it was helmet to helmet.
Foul. Helmet contact. Number 52.
Without the helmet contact, there's no penalty.
Correct. I agree with you. But when he slides, you've got to understand it's the quarterback. They're going to call it on you.
Well, and we see this at all levels of football right now with concussions and post-concussion syndrome and things. One of the things with Morgan that I thought perhaps Doug Martin may do is use his athleticism a little more, maybe with some draws or perhaps some option.
Morgan looking, and he's going down. He is going down. First sack of the ball game. Brandon Bice and Larry English were there to clean it up.
Brandon Bice and Larry English are bookends on this defense. They keep the football inside and in front. Right there, he's in a bracket. He has nowhere to go, and then relentless pursuit by Larry English. We talked about Larry on the opening of the show. Watch it just keep coming, just keep coming, just keep coming. Bam-o, nice play, good pursuit. Pursuit on the defensive line is about a 1-2 guys.
Well, that one's blown up, and we've got a flag
There
flying.
is definitely going to be a holding penalty in the backfield of the Golden Flashes.
No doubt about that call.
That's going to be on Jonathan Simpson, I believe. I've always had a great deal of respect for the Mid-American officials.
Holding. Number 24. Offense. Penalty is declined.
Yep,
It'll be
Jonathan
third
Simpson.
down.
David, I could have made this call. Right to the left side. He reaches out, He reaches out, he's got that cloth. If his hands are inside the framework of the body, inside the framework of the body, it's not a hold. You extend your hand, you grab the jersey, you grab the cloth, zingle.
Third
and you get the yellow flag.
and 24 into the wind. Giorgio Morgan looking, lofts it out, finds Flowers, and he is blown up at the 35. Josh Allen, Zach Larson, and a gang of red shirts blew that play up, and Kent State's going to have to punt the football.
Look at that Northern Illinois sideline. I mean, this doesn't look like a 1-8 football team. And we mentioned earlier, they've been plagued by injuries.
That's
Joe
a tribute
Novak,
to their coach.
That's exactly. So above, so below. That team is reflective of the type of football that Joe Novak has coached through the years. And biggest credit I could give to Joe, the biggest compliment, he's an old-fashioned football coach. His teams are always fundamentally sound.
Matt Simon, fair catch, has it at the 27-yard line. This is probably where they'll spot this thing. But we've got a timeout on the field. Northern Illinois got the football. When we come back, we'll see their offensive attack leading 14-7.
The verdict is in. The College of Law at Northern Illinois University is one of the nation's most respected law schools. At NIU Law, top students are part of a tight-knit, dynamic, and diverse learning community. Small classes give them unmatched access to some of the best legal scholars in the country, and state-of-the-art technology prepares them for today's courtrooms. Many NIU law students even get hands-on legal practice before they graduate. That's why so many successful lawyers and judges hold degrees from the NIU College of Law. NIU Law. Discover the difference.
Last season, the Baby Bulls grew up, sweeping the defending champion Miami Heat and testing the Pistons in the conference semifinals. This season, the Bulls continued their quest for dominance as a united core welcomes new additions in a pursuit for NBA supremacy. Bulls basketball all season long on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Game on. The home series is coming, and only Comcast Sportsnet brings you all the action on the ice in crystal clear high definition. Tomorrow night, tune into Comcast Sportsnet for a historical telecast as Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves, and the Blackhawks take on the rival Detroit Red Wings at the United Center. It all starts tomorrow night at 5:30 with Chevy Blackhawks pregame live with Steve Conroy and Jim Blaney, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Welcome back, 11:05 in the second quarter. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, Kenny McReynolds with you in DeKalb. David Bryant is in at tailback for Northern Illinois. Nicholson fakes, hands it to Simon. Simon into the secondary, and he'll pick up a gain of 11. So again, we're seeing all the tricks out of Northern Illinois' offensive bag. Jack Williams made the tackle, but they're trying everything.
Well, I think, they're mixing it up. Right now they have Kent State's defense back on their heels. I mean, they're becoming very indecisive. They're starting to play assignment football defensively as opposed to reaction football. And that really slows the defense down when you give them so many different looks. On that last play again, I can't say enough about Britt Davis as a wide receiver, but I can't say enough about Britt Davis as a wide receiver who goes downfield and blocks. I mean, really, at all levels of football, I've seen great receivers that resetting the game clock. They're wide receivers that are great, that can catch the football, but be a complete wide receiver. Be unselfish. Britt Davis, he's having himself quite a day. Monday in the film room, he's going to get a lot of compliments.
Jack Williams, the real fine D-back for Kent State, limped off. It looked to be like a shoulder problem, but he was doubled over in a lot of pain. David Bryant is knocked at the 40, knocked down. And that will be a gain of maybe a yard. Will Johnson, number 1, in on the tackle.
I mean, this is a hard-hitting football game. I mean, this is typical Mid-American
And
conference
how much more
football.
do you think it hurts? Because it's probably 35 degrees down on the field, maybe less. Wind chill's got to be in the 20s.
David, once toe meets leather, nobody has a thermometer down there. They just want to play football.
Nicholson throws, finds Britt Davis, turns it upfield and gains maybe 6, maybe 7. Danny Sadler again in on the tackle. I once said to Waddle, when you were playing out there and it's cold, do you feel it? He looked at me and goes, what do you think? When it's 12 below at Soldier Field, you think they enjoyed that?
My friend will be back here in 2 weeks.
It will be a little bit colder.
Cooler here on the plains of northern Illinois.
I have to borrow my wife's fur for the day.
I'll look forward to that. That visual picture right now is not something I want to think about.
Justin Anderson is back in at tailback. And he moves the sticks, and that'll be a Northern Illinois first down. I might be able to get one leg into it.
I haven't seen you in a fur coat. Hopefully I won't. You know, Nicholson, Mid-American quarterbacks, Mid-American Conference. Last year, on a given Sunday, there were 8 rostered quarterbacks from the Mid-American Conference, David, 6 of whom were going to start the next day. Not the least of whom was
Ben Roethlisberger, Derek Anderson. No, Derek Anderson's not a MAC quarterback. He replaced a MAC quarterback in Charlie Fry. I'm trying to think who they would all be. Again, a good throw from Danny Nicholson to Reed Cunningham, and it'll be another Northern Illinois first down.
Anybody can call in and answer that question. Get an autographed picture of Dave Kaplan standing in front of the Tribune Tower. Good toss and throw right there. Caught the ball over his outside shoulder, took the football and put it over into his outside arm. You know, you always want to do that. Get that ball to the far arm. Get it to the sideline arm in case you do fumble it. Continue to have possession of the football.
Byron Leftwich. Chad Pennington. David Bryant will take the handoff here and may gain a half a yard. Tim Flores made the tackle.
Aaron Hull with the tackle.
So do you know who the 6 are?
I'll think about it in a minute, but I remember that thought. When I did the research for the game, I was like, whoa, I can't believe this. But there were 6 that started. There were 8 on rosters. This Harold Etheridge, the new offensive line coach for Northern Illinois, my hat is off to him. These guys really come off the football.
Justin Anderson up the left side. Justin Anderson breaks the tackle. And that will be another Northern Illinois first down. They've got it at the 23. They are just running it right downhill.
And Eddie Adamski, the center, he just dotted my I and crossed my T. Bamel takes that linebacker down to his knees with the thought that I had before that. Big athletic guys that are well coached. Adamski, great cut block. I remember one thing, this Adamski, he was recruited by Illinois, Wisconsin, Northwestern, basically could have gone anywhere. Chose the Northern Illinois Huskies.
Justin Anderson makes one man miss, takes it up and out of bounds before he gains 7, and we may have a flag. Do we have a flag there? Is the question. Everybody yelling for one. Will Johnson ran him out of bounds. A lot of people yelling for a 15-yard unnecessary roughness. We will find out.
Stay with the run. Stay with the run, Coach Novak. Anyebu Agu leading the charge. It's like the old Green Bay Packers. It looks like Thurston and Kramer out there leading that pitch sweep.
That actually was a good hit. I mean, he just was headed out of bounds. Nicholson rolling right, looking, throwing, and it is incomplete. Looking for Matt Simon in the back corner of the end zone. Rico Murray, number 7, was in on the coverage.
Well thrown ball, but great coverage by Rico Murray. This is what we call turn back protection. We get the entire offensive line to slide to the left or slide to the right, and the quarterback is opposite of that protection. It's the most fundamental type of protection there is, where everybody turns the same way and the quarterback comes out the other way.
Let me ask you, on a 2nd and 3, you take the shot at the end zone, but do you look at it and go, we're going to go for it on 4th down because you've run it so well, you should be able to pick up 3 yards in 2 plays?
Yes, I don't think there's any question.
Justin Anderson picking his way, and I believe he'll have a first down. It depends on the spot. It will be very, very close.
David, you bring up an excellent point. Play calling is based upon the thoughts that you just mentioned. If we don't get the shot into the end zone, can we run the football twice for a first down? And the answer, I think, is going to be yes. There'll be no field goal kick here if this is
I
short.
would be very surprised because they've run the ball so effectively that you would think, you know what, we can pick up the half a yard or whatever it is if they're going to be short by that much.
They are in a rhythm.
and it is a first down. So they do have the first.
And you have 5 offensive linemen down there. You walk up to each one of them and say, would you rather run block or would you rather pass block? Trust me, 5 answers would be the same. I want to run block. I want to get a pad on a pad. I want to bring my legs. I want to strike the defender, and I want to make sure that my back can get good yardage rushing. That's what offensive linemen take great pride in.
Nicholson looks, throws over the middle, finds his man, and that is a touchdown. Reed Cunningham into the end zone. Nicholson's second TD pass of the afternoon, and the Huskies looking to go up 21-7.
When you run the football consistently, effectively, play action passes almost become automatic. Watch the draw here. Watch the draw here on the secondary and the linebackers, and what do we have? Just a little pitch and catch right over the middle. A high percentage catch and good yards after catch. You can't run play action passes unless you run the football effectively first.
Chris Nendick, the PAT is up, and it is good. Kicks it all the way into the deck of the Jordan Center, the beautiful academic performance facility here on the campus. We will come back and tell you about that scoring drive. NIU by 14 in DeKalb.
Hey Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at niubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands: Gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations: the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear selection and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu.
I am so busted. They're asleep. Cut the lights.
Who's counting on your brakes today? Your brakes are too important to trust to just anyone. That's why more people get theirs done at Midas. Almost 2 million last year alone. Be safe.
Trust the Midas touch. Welcome back to Brigham Field at Husky Stadium on the campus of Northern Illinois University, where the Huskies have a 14-point lead at the 7:24 mark of quarter number 2. And there's the throw, Bobby.
Well, it was probably the most unexpected call a defensive coordinator could imagine in that situation, the way they run the football. And it's a safe throw. It's right over the middle, in the soft spot of the zone. Good throw, good catch, tuck the football away, become a fullback now. Become a fullback, get into the end zone. I always tell wide receivers, when you catch the football, you become a halfback. Tight ends, you catch the football, now you become a fullback.
There is the NIU Alumni Association scoring drive, 11 plays, 72 yards. It took 341, 13 yards. The toss to Reed Cunningham. And another kick through the back of the end zone, and Kent State will start at their 20-yard line.
You know, it's amazing, David, as you at various levels with the wind, as you look at some of the flags, the higher flags in the end zones and that, they really don't look like the wind is affecting it. But if you look at some of the flags that are lower, like, you know, just below stadium level, there is a pretty swift wind going from right to left here. There they are. Talk about great camera work.
Morgan hands it off. Kent State going to stay very committed to their run with Eugene Jarvis, who is trying to become the single-season rushing leader in Kent State history. Alex Kuba made the tackle, but Eugene Jarvis, a little guy, just a sophomore, needed 67 yards coming into today to become the single-season rushing leader in Kent State history.
You know, Doug Martin does a great job as the offensive coordinator as well as the head football coach. But I'm a bit surprised, as I mentioned earlier, he doesn't use Giorgio Morgan on some. There it is right there.
Giorgio Morgan up the middle. Giorgio Morgan, a big gain.
Lest I speak too early.
Just
put the football in his hands. He's an athletic guy. Quarterback draws, maybe some simple type of an option. Get back, look like you're going to throw the football. Let the defense settle into what they look, single and take off. Here it is right here. Good play action fake. takes the football. I mean, look, it's a big, young guy, 6 feet, 4 inches, 200 pounds, and he's only a freshman. He's a freshman.
True freshman.
True freshman. They've got this guy around for 3 more years.
Going to throw, he finds his man, and that will be a gain of about 8. I think it was Robinson who made the catch. Aaron Robinson did make the catch. Alex Kuba in on the tackle. Morgan a real good throw, and they move the sticks.
Well, here's what you see. I mean, they're giving him safe throws, and his confidence will start to build. And not only will his confidence start to build, the confidence of the wide receivers and the offensive linemen with senior leadership in the huddle. You know, and that starts to build. That confidence starts to build, and what it translates into is better execution.
Hand off to Jarvis. Jarvis evades a tackle, cuts it back inside, and really makes a nice run when that could have been blown up at the line of scrimmage. Alex Kuba made the tackle, but Bob, watch this run.
Watch his feet. Watch his feet. They never stop. When you see a back that has great feet, look, bang, bang, just pop, 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 pop. Look at that. Now, cut out that, bring the football back. His feet look right here to the very end. When you see a back that has that type of athleticism, even it just the fact that he can pick his feet up and move them so quick, and that gives him a chance to continue to rush the football and to make great plays.
Morgan's going to keep it, takes it into the teeth of the defense, and he will be turned back at the 35-yard line, maybe the 34. Josh Allen flexing his muscle, coming up from his linebacker spot, number 9 for Northern Illinois.
I like that call. I mean, this kid, as I mentioned, he's 6'4", 200 pounds, and a true freshman. He's going to lower his shoulder. He has a mind for the fray. This does not bother him. Gets good pad level, comes down, takes a couple pretty good shots there. That's going to happen.
Well, he is awfully slight of build right now. Going to hand it off to Jarvis. Jarvis picks his way. I don't know if he got it.
Melvin Rice.
It's going to be very, very close. Melvin Rice came up and made the hit. I think this is going to be short, but it's going to be very, very close.
Morgan Park High School, another public leaguer, Melvin Rice. David, you live in Chicago, and I will tell you something. The Chicago public high school football coaches have done a magnificent job of resurrecting some great, great traditions within that system.
He got it. By the nose of the football, he has the first down.
Watch Rice come up here. I mean, he sheds the block, and bam, brings his legs. What a great effort. What a great effort offensively as well as defensively. Melvin Rice, 5'10", 192 pounds, again, Chicago Morgan Park. Captain, most valuable player. You know who his hero is? Muhammad Ali.
It's a good one.
And Ray Lewis.
Morgan is going to be blown up. Football's loose, and Northern Illinois got it. Morgan went down in a heap, and the football squirted loose. Josh Allen, the man who blew it up, Zach Larson, made the recovery.
It looks like Morgan's down. Great blitz call. Great blitz call. Look at Josh Allen on the run and tackling not to the ball carrier, but through the ball carrier. Here we see it again. Right now, what you have here is you have an offense, running backs and down linemen, offensive linemen, that just didn't have enough people to pick that blitz up. The quarterback, Giorgio Morgan, he has to account for a blitzer when they're outnumbered.
Boy, that did not look good for the health of his knee. Wow. I mean, I'm cringing up here in the booth. That was not a pretty sight.
See, basically what you see right here, Kent's got a hat on a hat, but they've got Josh Allen is unaccounted for. That's where when Morgan starts to go, as a quarterback and starts to grow, he understands, hey, we don't have enough guys there. I have to throw the football away.
I will be very surprised if he's back in this football game. A fake, a handoff, Justin Anderson up the sideline, and he is escorted out of bounds, but he does have, it looks like, a Northern Illinois first down. Yes, he does. The chains will move. That one really, really is disconcerting to see. The young quarterback really starting to come into his own. He is the starter now the second straight week. And boy, that leg bent at an awkward angle, Bob.
Well, just remember, last time this year, he was playing high school football. He hasn't been in the weight room that long. He is 200 pounds, he is 6'4", but at the same time, he has not been in a sophisticated weight program over a period of time, and that'll come.
David Bryant makes one man miss and drags a tackler to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 6, a gain of 6, making it a 2nd and 4. Rico Murray again, the man who made the tackle.
David, when I recruited, you brought a young high school football player, even a high school football player that was considered a pretty good physical specimen. When he came into the college weight room, and he's 17, and he sees these guys 23 that have been doing this for 5 and 6 years, he goes, whoa. And that's where you have to tell him, hey, look, that'll be you one day. Just stick with the program.
Danny Nicholson throws, and it's intercepted. Toss was behind his intended receiver, Britt Davis, and it is picked off, and it will belong to Kent State. A big play. Stevan Moss made the interception.
I am a bit surprised that Northern hasn't continued to run the football. That ball should have never been thrown. He was waiting for the receiver to clear the linebacker. Defensive back steps up in front, and look, right there, you see number 37. Who's the first person that you're told to block after an interception? The intended receiver. Because 9 out of 10 times, that's the guy who will make the tackle.
Stevan Moss made the interception, and Kent State back on the attack, and they will have a new man at quarterback for them right now. Eugene Jarvis, I think, was the man that took the snap. Am I right there, or was it John Brown? Brown. It's tough for me to read some of the numbers from up here. John Brown is in as the backup QB out of Westlake, Ohio, 5'10", 195, a sophomore. And we certainly wish the best to Giorgio Morgan, who took a wicked hit and bent his leg at an awkward angle when he fumbled on the prior possession. Brown throws and finds his man. Good throw, good catch. Garner made the catch, and it is a first down for Kent State.
This is tough to come off the bench this quick and get right into the game. He shows good poise here. And you know what? The last thing, now watch. This young guy drives the defender off the ball and then comes back for the football. He sold the deep route, and he came back. That's why that play was successful. Getting back to my original thought, though, to come off the bench and start throwing the football this way, usually not easy stuff. Usually a bunch of handoffs before you get into that.
Brown, play action fake, looking. He's going down the field. He throws, and it's intercepted. Flags come flying, though, and we will see what that is. Melvin Rice, the cornerback, came up and made the pick. And I think it's going to be pass interference on Northern Illinois.
This will be pass interference, David.
He gets plenty of time to throw, airs it out.
The reason that ball was underthrown, though, watch the pressure here by Northern Illinois. They are all over this guy. Just, oh my goodness, there it is right there. Actually, pressure came from the blitz. I blitzed this guy continuously now. This guy just walked off the bench.
Right.
And he's not the second team quarterback. This guy's a down the line guy for when the season started.
Right, because Giorgio Morgan wasn't your starter till 2 weeks ago. Brown looking down the field, throws, incomplete. Incomplete pass looking for Derek McBride.
One of the things with Northern Illinois in that last series, Nicholson's got to settle down. He has to settle down. Roy Whitkey, the offensive coordinator, first-year offensive coordinator, came here from Arizona State. He's got to say, hey, look, we're in control. We're in control. Don't take care of the football. Don't do anything foolish. Pull the ball down if you have to. Throw it away.
2nd and 10 situation. Brown looking, throws, finds his man, and he will be run out of bounds, I think, short of the first down. Jonathan Simpson was the man who made the catch. At the 2:33 mark, they have the football now well into Northern Illinois territory, trailing 21-7. They will spot this at the Northern Illinois 27-yard line on a 3rd and 3 now.
I am a bit surprised by this young guy, by his presence.
He's throwing every play.
He's throwing the ball all over the place.
Brown looking. There's the wide receiver screen. Finds his man, turns it up, and will get a Kent State first down before Garner ducks out of bounds.
I will tell you, David, this number 5, our guy here, he's got a little bit of presence. As I mentioned, for coming off the bench, good velocity on the football. Could have picked it up just a little bit. Nice job outside there. Now here's a receiver who knows where he's at on the field, knows what it takes to move the sticks. That's more of a basketball term. Know where you're at on the court. Hey, when you're a wide receiver, you're a ball carrier. You have to know where you're at
and where you have to get to.
Where you have to get to, exactly.
Brown, there's that wide receiver screen, and he was looking to throw the football. Looking to throw the football down the field, and I think it was Lenerick Muldrow. Josh Allen made the tackle, but that was a double pass play, no doubt about it.
And it's a lucky thing he caught it because that was a lateral. The back was actually behind him, and whether it's tossed underhand or it's tossed overhand, the fact of the matter is, if the back is behind a quarterback, it is a lateral.
You know, our spotter, Hollywood Todd Armour, sees a lot of college football, said to me, watch, they're going to do a double pass at some point off that wide receiver screen or lateral, and that's exactly what they did. Here's Jarvis. Jarvis makes one man miss. Jarvis is inside the 10-yard line, and it will be a Kent State first down. Bradley Pruitt, number 24, came up to knock him down, but Jarvis, a big gainer.
That's off to Kent State. Doug Martin, what a drive. I mean, you've got this quarterback that's practiced all week. You got a backup guy, you put him in here, and it's bang, 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 right down the field.
Right,
that's impressive.
And right after your good young true freshman quarterback goes out with what looks to be, some type of a knee injury, your guys don't hang their heads at all. 16 yards on the game. Here's the handoff. Cut it back inside. Drag tacklers to the 2-yard line.
Here we talk about pad level with Jarvis. What I mean by pad level, David, is when you start to get into harm's way, when the pursuit comes, you lower your shoulders. Right now, it's somewhat erect, just there. Watch now. As he starts to smell the end zone, watch his shoulders come down. Look at his shoulders come down. He becomes his own blocker. He has to be very strong for his size.
Brown looking, throws, touchdown. Touchdown, Kent State. Real nice play. And they have got it within a touch and an extra point waiting. Alan Vanderink made the catch, but a really nice drive engineered by John Brown.
Great fake here to Jarvis. Just a little touch pass. That's an impressive play. This has been an impressive drive.
Very much so.
Very impressive drive. Hats off to this young guy. I mean, off the bench. I mean, that's like a pinch hitter, David. And he had no time to warm up.
None. And it is cold down there.
No time to warm up in the bullpen.
Reed's extra point is good, so it is a one-score game. 21-14 now, with 53.4 seconds left here in DeKalb in the first half. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, Kenny McReynolds with you. Got a good football game going.
Well, Doug Martin there again. And it's so typical of Mid-American Conference. I mean, this is a coach's conference. When you see this young guy comes off the field, Brown, he hasn't played. He throws that pass. Doug Martin comes over, a little bit of positive reinforcement, and maybe a little bit of, hey, get that ball thrown a little quicker or what have you. You constantly coach. You coach right to the end of the game. A coach once said, the hay is never in the barn. Oh, well, it's Thursday. The hay is never in the barn. Until the final whistle blows to end the game, you are coaching, coaching, coaching. I said that 3 times. I said a bunch of things. I love this kind of football. I will tell you, Northern Illinois, this is Chicago's team. This is a bargain for what it costs to come to one of these games.
It is. It's a great time out here. Low running kick. It'll be scooped up. And Northern Illinois is going to have some decent field position. Patrick George has it. He's knocked down at the 35-yard line with 46.3 seconds left. But let's not forget, they have an All-American candidate kicker in Chris Nendick, and they are with the win. So plenty of time to try and move the football down the field and at least get 3 points.
I like the kick. I like that squib kick because it does not give the opportunity to the receiving team to do what we refer to as an organized return. When you get an organized return, the football always has a chance to go down the length of the field into the end zone. Let them mess around with it a little bit. Throw the timing off. Good call by the special teams of Kent State.
Nicholson hands it to David Bryant. David Bryant turns the corner. David Bryant will pick up 12. Runs out of bounds with 40.1 left. And now your options are a little different, Bob, because you're out near midfield and you start to smell points.
Well, here, again, I can't say enough about this offensive line. Anye Buego, watch the block. Right, oh my goodness, is that pretty. Oh, comes right down. Sometimes you're going to hit the guy right in the chin strap. Other times, when he's a little bit high, you're going to go down and take his legs out from under him. This guy here is a special talent.
Nicholson looking, flushed, throw, looking. And he's going to run out of bounds. He was ready to throw it and then said, nope, I'm going to run out of bounds. That's a smart play.
It is a smart play, and he's maturing through the course of this game. He needed to be talked to a little bit. He put the football in harm's way a couple of times. He's having a wonderful game, but there's a couple of those throws he needs to have back. And that's what he needs to do when he's in this situation. Know what it's going to take. Know what the score is. Don't force the throw. Don't put the football in harm's way and give Kent State yet another opportunity to get on the board.
2nd and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Handed off to David Bryant again, and he will be knocked down at the 50. Right at the 50 with 25 seconds left. Timeout, Northern Illinois.
3rd and 8, David. 3rd and 8. You know, I don't think Northern Illinois, we have not seen a screen pass yet.
We have not.
We have not seen a screen pass.
Do you call it now?
I'd call it now.
With 2 more timeouts, you could certainly take that chance.
I would take that chance. I'd look to a screen pass. They haven't seen one. And there are certain types of screen passes that you can run off of play action rather than just give a little and then step back and drop and now get the pursuit coming off the field, upfield. But here's the other thing. When you call that play on the sideline, whatever play you're calling on the sideline, okay, you are talking to Nicholson and saying, look, there are 26 seconds left in the game. If we don't get this first down, okay, we punt the football, we go inside, and we're still ahead by 7 points. Don't take care of the football. Take care of the football. If there's pursuit, 2 hands on the football. If it's not there, an obvious throw the football away.
Nicholson looking, steps up. Now he's going to throw, finds his guy Simon, who will duck out of bounds at the 32. Now you could start thinking field goal because with the win, Bob, you got a chance on a 47, 48-yarder here.
Look at this protection. Look at that protection up front. Look at that red wall that he's throwing behind. They block one guy. They look for another guy. Good route. Good job of mirroring the quarterback. When he starts to scramble and you're a wide receiver, you mirror him. You start to move in the direction that he's moving. Again, P.J. Fleck, we talked about him. Great job of coaching these wide receivers.
15 yards on the gain. Ball at the 35-yard line is where they spot it. He finds his man, Reed Cunningham, over the middle. And another timeout, Northern Illinois. They've got it now at the 27, they'll call it the 28-yard line. So now it becomes 45, 46 yards on a field goal attempt. Huskies with 1 more timeout left.
A little bit of pressure there on Nicholson, finds the open receiver right over the middle. Good job there, tucking the football away, becoming the fullback. The only way you can stop that pass, David, inside and in front that way, is for those linebackers to make it very uncomfortable after the ball is caught. Okay, you've got to come in there and you've got to put a big hit on him so that the next time he runs that route, you know, look a little bit to the left. Look, where are these guys? Because that's a safe pass, and unless you're in man coverage, it's almost impossible to defend.
By the way, the next Huskies game, they will be in action next week, and then you and I will be back 2 weeks from today here in DeKalb. Ball State comes to town. Nicholson hands it off. David Bryant, and he will be knocked down at the 25-yard line, and this is going to bring up a field goal attempt with 1 second left.
Yeah, I really didn't understand. Nicholson was in front of that official for a lengthy period of time before the timeout was called. Now, I doubt whether Nicholson was taking a chance, to run the clock down to 1.4.
Correct. Unless he said to the official, we're calling it at 1 second.
Joe Novak. Somehow I just can't picture Joe dealing with kickers.
No, definitely not.
Offensive lineman, defensive lineman, yeah, kicker, we're going to have another guy handle him.
Our next Husky game on Comcast next week will not be on Comcast. It's at Navy, a 2:30 kick, and then we will be back here in 2 weeks.
Speaking of Navy, Ball State beat Navy. Ball State did beat Navy.
And Navy's a good team. Won at Notre Dame last. Well, I don't know if that means you're a good team, but they did beat Notre Dame.
David, please.
To attempt a 43-yard field goal try for NIU.
Nendick. This will be a 43-yarder. And the snap is down. The kick, there is a timeout on the field. The kick would have been good.
Kent State called a timeout. We want to give Nendick a little bit to think about. And in that case, maybe a chance to get his leg just a little more tired for the next
Exactly. There's a look at one of the real good guys in college football, Joe Novak.
There's no doubt. You think he's out of that Miami of Ohio coaching tree. Just John Pont, Ara Parsegian, Bo Schembechler, Lou Holtz. You think of that bunch from Miami of Ohio that went on to coach Carmen Koza at Yale. Great coaches. And one guy that was not a head coach, was an assistant coach. Maybe one of the best assistant coaches I'd ever seen was a guy by the name of Tom Pagner, who I thought would have succeeded Ara Parsegian at Notre Dame. It just didn't work out that way. Tom Pagner's a brilliant coach, also a Miami of Ohio.
All right, Nendick will try again. Crowd doesn't like it, but that's good coaching.
There it is.
I've got no issues with that. Doug Martin, the head coach, you got a satchel full of timeouts, you use them up.
You use them.
Absolutely. Whatever it takes.
He's having a little conversation. There's Doug right there.
He and the official having a laugh saying, hey, you want to give me 6 more? I'll use those too.
I like Doug Martin. I've had a chance to spend a little bit of time with him, and he's that type of a throwback type football coach. And Kent State through the years traditionally has struggled a bit in football. This guy believes in the program. He signed another contract to be back in the Mid-American Conference. Commissioner Rick Christ, the Mid-American Conference, they don't come any better than him.
Snap, set, and Northern Illinois is going to fake it. They throw it down the field. And the half has come to an end.
Well, I would have never thought that they would have faked that. I wonder if that was actually, if that was called or was it an errant snap? Joe's not very happy with
No,
with
Joe
what he
is
saw right
not
there.
happy at all.
Who made that call?
Bad hold.
Bad hold.
It was a bad hold.
Red. Make that call on the bad hold. Red. And get everybody going downfield, try to catch the football by red. I mean, there's an alert call when that happens.
Yeah, Matt Simon, I believe, was the man who could not get the football down. So the timeouts pay off because the first one he knocked through. So tip your cap to Doug Martin. His timeout calls work. The Huskies are turned away and do not get the points. And let's go down the field. Kenny McReynolds with Joe Novak.
Coach, your thought on the first half? Well, some good and some bad. 3 turnovers, 3 times we turned the ball over. We had 3 pretty nice drives. We should have had a field goal here at the end. So some positive things, but some things we got to do better.
Justin Anderson went in early. What's the situation with Justin?
I don't know right now. He's got a little bit of a knee. I'll have to go in and find out exactly how bad.
Okay, good luck in the second half. Thank you. Okay, David, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kenny McReynolds. So there you hear it from Joe Novak. We saw David Bryant late in the first half. Justin Anderson went in ahead of the club. We'll see if he comes back and plays in the second half. Got a good one going. The Huskies, a 21-14 lead. We'll talk with the Fatty's Pub halftime report coming up on Comcast Sportsnet.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty good job, innit, when you think about it? I mean, basically, I help people save money, don't I? Like, I tell people they can save hundreds by switching to Geico. They go to geico.com, maybe save all this money on car insurance, and the next thing you know, I'm like invited to their wedding or whatever. One bloke actually asked me to be his best man. Dear oh dear. Anyway, look, don't matter. Look, point is, if you want loads of friends, giving away money, it's not a bad idea.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Casey's, it's all good. Casey's, it's all right. Casey's will make it any way you like.
Stop into Casey's General Store and get a 25-cent 2-liter with the purchase of any large pizza, plus tax and deposit not valid with any other offer.
Casey's General Store. Casey's, it's all good.
The thing that I remember most about the installation was the attention to detail.
Count on Empire today for custom windows and vinyl siding. Our triple pane windows are energy efficient and feature self-cleaning glass. Plus, you get a lifetime limited glass breakage warranty. We'll bring a wide selection to choose from and install in 2 weeks. You'll save with warehouse direct prices and no payments till 2009. Call now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
After every Bears game, no one brings you more in-depth analysis than Comcast Sportsnet's postgame live crew.
That's the way the offense is supposed to work.
This lineup of former Bears provides insight you can't get anywhere else.
Crucial plays by big-time players, you need that in every game.
Plus, get caught up on the latest in men's fashion.
Not a lot of people can wear this many stripes and have it coordinated. Make it look good.
Bears postgame live after every game, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Every night, there's just one place to be. The best damn sports show, period. Come on in and be our guest for Sports Television's nightly party. The world's greatest late-night sports show is just getting started. The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
And welcome back to the Fatties Halftime Show. I'm Kenny McReynolds. The Huskies lead 21-14 here at halftime. It is my pleasure to welcome in the NIU men's soccer coach, Steve Simmons. And Steve, a lot of excitement for NIU soccer. You're heading in a couple of days to the postseason tournament.
Yeah, you know, it's what we've been working hard on. Anytime you have a season like we've had, you're really looking forward to that postseason tournament. So we're going to go to Bowling Green on Tuesday and see if we can advance further.
You talked about the season that you had. I know record-wise it wasn't what you wanted, but when you go up against ranked teams, your team did very well against ranked teams.
Well, that's the idea. You know, we wanted to make sure that we're playing those tough non-conference teams so we can build the RPI up. Some of the results didn't go our way, but I think our team is ready. They're pretty hungry right now. And as you know, it's all about peaking at the right time. So the boys have worked very, very hard the last 2 or 3 days, and we're looking forward to Tuesday for sure.
And when you talk about this team, you talk about your seniors, they would go out as the winningest senior class you've had here at NIU since 1991.
That's a pretty big tribute because NIU men's soccer has got a very storied past. Very, very good players have come through here. So for this senior class to go out with that kind of situation, a lot of pride and a big achievement for sure.
Last night I had a chance to go to the ladies basketball game. At halftime they honored 10 of your men's soccer players for their academic achievements.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, that couldn't make me any prouder. You know, we always want to do it on the field and on the court here, but when our kids are getting it done in the classroom, which why they're here, and doing well in the field, that's the experience that we're trying to deliver on, and I couldn't be prouder of those kids.
I have to ask you about this beautiful Jordan Center in the background behind us. Academically, you know, you have the computer lab in there, all the tutoring in there. How much did this help you when you go out to recruit?
I tell you, it's a point of difference for us. You know, to have this facility behind us with the facilities of smart classrooms and all the tutorials that are available, it's really one of a kind. And for us to be able to showcase this in our recruiting situations have been the difference for us, because it's very, very tight out there in the recruiting battles. And for us to have this facility is a huge, huge advantage for us.
Well, one thing Dr. Jim Phillips, the fine athletic director, has always told me here at Northern Illinois, we do not just want athletes, we want student athletes, and it's obvious your soccer program understands that.
Well, we certainly work hard. My staff works hard to identify the kids that we think are a fit for this institution, kids that we feel are going to academically achieve and get it done on the field. But at the end of the day, it's a special journey they're going to go through, and the journey includes academics, and for them to be able to manage their time at such a young age, 18, 19, 20 years old, I think we're getting them set up for life. So we're really proud of what we do here.
As you head into the postseason competition next week, if you had to pick one key, what do you have to do to come back with that big trophy?
I think what we need to do is making sure that we're disciplined on the details, that we are going to play a full match. You know, a lot of sports, you hear coaches often complain about their teams not playing a full game, and that's what we need to do. We play a full game, we're going to be there at the end. I think right now teams are dreading to play us because we're an awfully good team when we commit to it.
Who will be your toughest competition?
Bowling Green on Tuesday.
Bowling Green on Tuesday. Don't want to look ahead.
Don't want to look ahead, Kenny.
You know what? That's the way a coach is supposed to do. The next game is the most important.
Absolutely. So, you know, we get Bowling Green. If we're fortunate to go through that, it's Akron at their place. But we've had Akron's number in the last couple of years, and we certainly enjoy playing top 20 teams because, you know, we feature ourselves as a top 20 program as well.
Coach, what about recruits? What do we have coming in next year?
Well, I think we have a fantastic recruiting class. Can't comment on it, but you know, the kids that we have that are verbally committed are going to be in line with those who can get it done in the classroom, those who can get it done on the field. So again, proud of the coaching staff for going out and identifying the kids for us to play a top 20 schedule. You know, next year we're at Duke, SMU. So the hits keep rolling for us, but we want to make sure that we have the kids that come in, achieve academically, and achieve on the field.
Well, Coach, good luck Tuesday down in Bowling Green. That's going to be a lot of fun for you and your staff.
It will be. Thanks for having me on, Kenny.
Okay, well, we're at halftime, and of course, the Huskies lead it 21-14. We'll be back with halftime stats and highlights and more of the Fatties halftime show following this timeout.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky territory. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the new NIU logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or a fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your Husky headquarters. Visit us in DeKalb or call us toll-free 800-700-4868 or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
Jewel, it's the fresh way we trim, slice, serve, the fresh way we grind, prepare, fish. It's offering the freshest variety, the best poultry, beef, pork, seafood that's oh so fresh, and help from our experts in store. Top quality, great service, all fresh to your family from Jewel.
My name is Ricardo Patton, the new men's basketball coach here at NIU.
Maintains possession to Paradise, but a fall away from 17 is good.
My staff and I are very excited about being here at NIU and are looking forward to the upcoming season. We have already scheduled some nationally ranked teams such as Southern Illinois, Air Force, and Notre Dame. We look forward this season to seeing you in our beautiful Convocation Center. Go Huskies.
Welcome back to Brigham Field at Husky Stadium. David Kaplan and the coach, Bob Kamel. Interesting first half. And, Bob, when you look at this first half, both clubs ran the football very effectively. can that continue in the second half?
Well, it has to. It's typical Mid-American football. It's hard-nosed, rock'em sock'em football. You've got two football coaches that have great experience in running the ball. The thing that I'm most impressed with today is the play of Northern Illinois' offensive line across the board. Very, very impressive in run blocking as well as in pass protection.
All right, before we take a look at highlights and stats, let's take a look at the Mid-American Conference scoreboard, our TCF Mid-American Conference scoreboard for you. And I've got a number of games going on. Penn State beat Temple today, 31-0. Friday night, you had Bowling Green beat Eastern Michigan, an improving Eastern Michigan club, though, 39-32. On Wednesday, Akron beat Ohio in a shootout, 48-37. The final, back on Tuesday, Central Michigan outlasted Western Michigan, 34-31. As we said, it was an interesting first half. There was a lot of good run plays, but there was also, as you like to call it, some chicanery. Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Well, by chicanery, I mean, a lot of razzle-dazzle type plays. And, here we see Nicholson under center. Oh my goodness, an interception right there by Williams. And we talked about Nicholson having to take care of the football. Good interception, good play. Here we go again, a little bit of play action fake by Giorgio Morgan and into the end zone. I like this young guy's athleticism. There was so much to defend. And here we go with, I mentioned chicanery, handoff, the balls, thrown back to the quarterback to Nicholson, who puts the football up in the air. A great throw, a great catch. Once again here, great pass protection. Ball's put right on the money. I mean, this is very, very impressive. The one thing with Nicholson, take care of the football, young man. He did have a couple errant throws, but I can see Coach Whitney working with him on the side. Look at the orchestration of this play. What makes this play go is the great fake and then the great run by David Bryant. Again, good protection. Good protection. And, I am so impressed by Justin Anderson. He is a special talent from Chicago Steinmetz High School, from the proud tradition of the Chicago Public League. And then right there, talk about chicanery there, not a fake or anything, but the fact was that Kent State was playing coverage that was dictate man-to-man coverage, running play coverage. Kent State comes back with this guy, John Brown. He comes off the bench and leads the team down the field for about an 80-yard drive as well as a touchdown. Hats off to him.
Right. If you're just joining us, Giorgio Morgan went down with an injury, an apparent knee injury. We have not yet been given any talk if he'll be back. It did not look good. John Brown literally ran onto the field and started throwing every play, took Kent State off a Northern turnover right down the field, and that's why we sit at 21-14.
His body language coming off the bench. I mean, Coach, I want to throw the football. Bam, bam, boom. All of a sudden, a great drive, and they're in the end zone. That's difficult to come off the bench, and that quickly. So he's been well coached. He's a young, confident guy from Westlake, Ohio, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with him in the second half.
All right, we will take a timeout. We'll come back. We will get you first half stats, and we've got the second half kick. Kent State will receive. It's all coming up, so stick around. Good college football on CSN.
Hello, my name is Carol Owens, head women's basketball coach. It is my goal as your head women's basketball coach to restore the winning tradition here at NIU.
And ahead they go to Jesse Wilcox. They're 2-on-2 momentarily, and a great little look for Wilcox.
We have a great season coming up this year. We have some national rank opponents, including DePaul, at the Convocation Center. So I hope to see you there, and go Huskies.
Of course Geico sponsors Mike's Race Car because they insure everything race car fans love. RVs, motorcycles, ATVs. Tell you one thing they can insure, Lauren Wallace. Because Lauren Wallace is made of lightning. Those guys are like, hey, where's Lauren? He was just here a minute ago. I'm 100 miles away, son. Ready to strike.
Geico, saving you money on insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
Team up with the Huskies. Join the Husky Athletic Scholarship Fund today, where your financial support assists in providing a world-class academic and athletic experience for 488 student athletes.
54 Cresida Academic All-Americans.
Highest department GPA in the history of NIU athletics.
MAC West champions in football and men's basketball.
We can't reach our goals without the help of the Husky Athletic Scholarship Fund members.
Call 815-753-1923 for information on joining the HASF.
Every night, only one show brings you closer to the teams that matter most. Sports Night on Comcast Sportsnet. Highlights of the games you care about. Breaking news that has Chicago talking. Interviews with the biggest names. And the time to tell in-depth stories. If you're a fan of Chicago sports, then this is your show. Sports Night, every night at 6:30, 10, and midnight, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Join the post-game party on Comcast Sportsnet as I break down every Bears game with former Bears Dan Jiggets, Jerry Azuma, and Jim Miller. We'll bring you the Bears press conferences after every game, and William Jackson is live outside the Bears locker room with player reaction. Plus, Jerry Azuma gives out his coveted Jerry's GQ Award to the best dressed Bear. Trust me, you don't want to miss U.S. Cellular Bears postgame live after every game, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Welcome back to Husky Stadium. Kenny McReynolds. I'm down here outside the Kent State locker room with Coach Martin. And Coach, your quarterback Morgan took a heck of a shot. How is it?
Well, it's doubtful whether he'll be able to go in the second half. We're going to see how he warms up, but we're going to plan on going with John Brown, and we just have to overcome it.
Well, I tell you, Mr. Brown did a pretty good job leading you down to that touchdown.
Well, John has started games for us in the past here, and he's a competitor. When you're down to your fourth quarterback, though, that starts to test your sense of humor, but we're going to deal with it.
You're only down by a touchdown. What did you tell your team at halftime?
Well, just that we've got to win this game as a team. We've got Jack Williams, our best corner's out right now. We've got a quarterback out. It's all going against us. We've got to find a way to rally and win as a team.
Okay, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, David, back up to you.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. So you hear the positive outlook from Coach Doug Martin. Although he loses his third quarterback of the season, he's now down to his fourth-string quarterback, but they are ready to play. By the way, Northern Illinois' upcoming schedule next week, they will be at Navy at 2:30 kick, and then the following week, they will complete the schedule right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Bobby and I will be back Saturday, November 24th, another 3 p.m. kick, when the Huskies will battle Brady Hoke's Ball State Cardinals, who are vastly improved over the past couple years.
Brady Hoke's done a great job down at Ball State. And he understands the whole Mid-American Conference. He played in the Mid-American Conference. And that's a huge advantage when you understand the conference, you understand what teams you have to beat. And there's been a great deal of continuity in the Mid-American Conference as far as coaching staffs go. And that helps because you're not facing different types of schemes week in and week out. It's basically sound, hard-nosed football. Play great defense, stop the run, and run the football.
Brady Hoke also, I think, a Michigan guy at one time.
Coached at the University of Michigan.
Right.
He did. That's where he came. Played at Ball State University.
Correct.
He and his brother played at Ball State University.
He looks like a football player.
Oh, does he ever? He is a throwback.
You and I did a Northern Illinois game when Garrett Wolf ran for, 2,000 yards in one game at Ball State a few years ago.
With Ball State, they're working on facilities there, working on improving their facilities. They've had a couple big wins this year. Going and beating Navy.
That's a big win.
That's a big win.
There's a look at Dan Nicholson as he gets his arm warm, but the Huskies will kick first. Kent State will have the football down 21-14.
To mention Ball State again, Ball State went to Lincoln, Nebraska, and played the Cornhuskers to a field goal game. They kicked the field goal, they win the game. Didn't happen, but who would have thought that?
Exactly. Even though Nebraska has had their struggles this year, they're putting up 50-plus points today against Kansas State, and it's still Nebraska.
Well, Nebraska, Billy Callahan, a Chicago guy. I believe he's a Mendel Catholic High School guy. It's going to be tough right there. He's in a very, very difficult spot. Was not a real popular choice. The Nebraska people, after Frank Solich was dismissed, wanted to keep it within the family. Then Steve Pedersen, the athletic director, was dismissed, and there's a lot going on there.
All right, let's go back down to the field. Kenny McReynolds has an update on Justin Anderson.
Well, guys, what they're telling me is that Justin Anderson, he's not out of the game yet. It's going to be a wait and see. It's his knee. They're going to wait and see. And also wide receiver Britt Davis, it's going to be a wait and see on him also. He's a little banged up. So we'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
All right, thank you, Kenny. Nendick to kick, and another deep driving kick, and this one again will go out the back of the end zone. That's the effect of the wind here today and the cold temperatures. So Nendick does his job. Now the Husky defense will try to do theirs. The Kent State offense will go on the attack, led by John Brown.
Now, John Brown will have the wind at his back in the fourth quarter. I think that's something to consider. Whether
for a throwing quarterback, that's huge.
Interesting with this John Brown, the fourth quarterback. You know, but I like Doug Martin's demeanor. I mean, you know, it's not doom and gloom. He comes out, he's optimistic, mentions that he's his fourth quarterback.
They're going to throw on first down, and it will be caught. Gain of about 5 yards. Cameron Bobb made the catch, and Melvin Rice was in coverage.
5-yard play on first down. I mentioned earlier, Northern Illinois has to get into some type of a package where they are more effective on first down defense. Whether it's to bring a little bit of heat, especially here. You got the fourth-string quarterback. This guy hasn't played. I'm going to try to get as much pressure on him as I possibly can. Force Kent State to try to run the football.
Brown's going to hand it off to Jarvis, tries to pick his way, makes a man miss. Jarvis, a big gain. Jarvis taking off. Jarvis to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, and down inside the 10-yard line. A huge play for Eugene Jarvis. Josh Allen finally ran him down.
Credit to Kent State, right side of that Kent State offensive line. They came off the football. Campbell, number 75 in that bunch. I mean, they just cave it in down inside, and now it is a foot race. Little shake to the outside, sets his block up, and now we're involved in a track meet.
67 yards the gain, and they have a first and goal at the Northern Illinois 8-yard line.
Stout up front, inside the red zone, inside the 10-yard line. Now, Northern Illinois, be cautious of the play-action fake, a good fake inside, and a little dump pass to the outside. I don't see I don't see John Brown running the football or rolling him out on the perimeter. It's either going to have inside fake a little bit and dump the football off, or just pound the ball away at Northern Illinois.
Right, you don't have the run-pass option you'd have with Giorgio Morgan, who, again, if you're just joining us, out with an injury. Brown looking, throws back in the end zone off the hands of his intended receiver, Jonathan Simpson, and it will bring up a third and goal situation.
This guy, look at his demeanor. I mean, a little bit of a laugh right there. Let's go back. I mean, you know, if you're a fourth-string quarterback, usually you're back there going, well, you know, what's next? What are we going to do? I mean, he really has some presence. Very confident. You know, that's coaching, Bill. That's where you get a guy say, look, you might end up being in a pressure situation. You know, you are the man right now. We have nowhere else to go. We may not have a fifth quarterback on this trip.
Brown looking, pressure, throws, and it is dropped in the end zone. That one was about as tailor-made an interception as you'll ever get. Alex Kuba just dropped it, flat out dropped it.
Now look, we had a great job by Kent State in the offensive line. They've got a hat on a hat. Look at the lateral seams. There were about 3 different places where had Brown been a little bit more athletic, could have run the ball in. How many times have you heard, don't throw the ball across your body? Don't throw the ball across your body. John Brown, don't throw the ball across your body.
He caught a big break,
He
but
sure
that
did.
thing was not intercepted. Kuba would love to get that one back. Field goal attempt is perfect.
That could have been in the Jordan Center after
he could have
run up the steps around the back, check things out, and come back down.
That's exactly right. Field goal good for Kent. Reed knocks it through. We got a 4-point game on Comcast Sportsnet.
Give it to me, 1, 2, 3.
Introducing Applebee's new Ultimate Trios. Great taste, great big portions, and a great price. Choose 3 from 7 delicious options to create your ultimate flavor fest. Like our new 100% Angus beef mini bacon cheeseburgers. New crispy, plump, and spicy dynamite shrimp. And the new flame grilled steak quesadilla tower. Ultimate Trios, ultimate platter at an unbeatable price. Only at Applebee's.
Give it to me, 1, 2, 3.
If only life were like an Apple vacation. Apple Vacations' unmatched service makes travel easy, so you can experience the vacation of a lifetime, every time. Now book an all-inclusive vacation to Grand Palladium Colonial and Continental Resort and Spa, 7 nights from only $899.99. Visit America's favorite vacation company at applevacations.com.
13:21 left in the third. Kent State gets a field goal. Bob, they nearly got absolutely zero because this ball should have been picked.
Well, here he comes. Now, he could have ran with this football. I think he had a chance to score. As he started to go to his right, he threw the ball back over to his left, and he threw it off of his back leg. Watch it. Right across here. Look, that ball should never be thrown. If anything, he should have set his feet, and he probably would have had the receiver into the end zone. This guy here, you talking about John Brown, talking to some of them, they say he is another coach on the field, that he knows as much about the offense as anybody in Kent State football. He's a student of the game. Westlake High School broke every record there. Westlake, Ohio, just in the western suburbs of Cleveland. You're the fourth-string quarterback, and you're ready to play like this. I'm impressed.
Absolutely means you take care of your responsibilities. Northern Illinois will get the kickoff return, and they're going to start right around their own 30-yard line. Evans Adonis was the man on the return, and I think it was Andre Flowers who came over and made the tackle for the Golden Flashes of Kent State. Who's the best tight end in the National Football League? Hint, he is a Kent State basketball graduate.
Okay.
Antonio Gates.
The guy that Kansas City has is pretty good too.
Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez. I like the Baltimore Colts.
Todd Heap.
Oh. And Minnesota has a good tight end. You have a good tight end. It's a real great dimension to your offense. Tight end involved.
David Bryant in at tailback. So again, we are not seeing Justin Anderson, who ran for well over 100 yards in the first half, but injured his knee and is questionable on his return.
You know, David, as this game progresses, and our viewers, never take for granted a clean, hard-hitting football game. And that's what we have here. This is a clean, hard-hitting, well-officialed football game.
Nicholson barking out signals. Gonna hand it to David Bryant, and they'll go nowhere. It's going to bring up a third and about 8. Stephon Moss made the tackle of David Bryant.
I would stay with the running game here. You've got the wind at your back. If you have to punt the football, I wouldn't do anything right now to put the football in harm's way. You're on your own 34-yard line. Stay with the run. Make something happen. If you have to punt the football, and make Kent State go into the teeth of this wind on a long field.
Nicholson, Bryant, the single back set. He's going to throw, and Reed Cunningham will be dropped about 4 yards short. Really good tackle out of Kirk Belgrave. Came up and just cut his legs out from under him. Northern Illinois will have to punt.
Well, why I don't like this call is, what does it take to move the sticks? This is a one-on-one situation out there with a defensive back. The ball's thrown away from the defender, so consequently, the receiver has his back to the defender. Really doesn't know where he's at on the field in relationship to the defender. I really didn't like that call.
John Drager is deep. Did better to punt. A driving kick is going to hit, and it will go into the end zone. So Kent State will have it, as they say, as Bob says, into the teeth of the wind, 80 yards from pay dirt.
It's a good job there by the punter. You have to know as a punter, take a little bit off the football. Just take a little bit off the football. Kick it a little higher. Get your coverage people a chance to get downfield and maybe down the football inside the 10-yard line.
62 yards on the punt.
With the wind behind his back, that ball could have gone to downtown Chicago. I mean, this is a brisk wind. It will be a factor, as I mentioned earlier.
Brown fakes, looks, goes down the field, throws, and it's broken up. Really good play by Melvin Rice.
Melvin Rice gets a great jump on the football. When you coach defensive backs, as they're in their back pedal, the great defensive backs, as they begin to change direction, they change direction immediately. There's no extra steps. Watch the drive on the ball. The one thing you have to know, though, is knowing where your help is at. If I don't make that play, do I have enough defense around me if he makes the catch?
Correct. Because if you have no help, he's gone.
Gone. Defense is knowing where your help is at.
Brown looks, throws, and it is incomplete unless they call it a lateral, but they're going to call it an incomplete pass. Derek McBride was the man who he was trying to hit. That's the play that you don't care for.
No, actually, the play I don't care for, David, is the flanker screen, where it's just the hitch pass. This is more of a little bit of a dump. This is like an extended handoff or an extended pitch on a sweep. A similar play, but not complete. There's a lack of concentration. That guy looks upfield, sees a defender come and say, whoa. Bring that football into your midsection, secure it with one hand, you get in harm's way, put two hands over the football.
Brown looking, Brown pressured. Larry English chases him, and he throws it to the Northern Illinois bench, and it will bring up a 4th and 10. So Kent State, a very quick 3 and out.
You know, Larry English, you can't say enough about this kid. Aurora Marmion High School honor roll student, captain, go-to guy. I mean, Bronco Nagurski watch list, and he's a legitimate candidate. I don't think there's any question. And you watch him here in the third quarter with 10:54 left, looks like the game just started. That's when a guy's got a great motor. Hats off, too, to the strength and conditioning program here at Northern Illinois. This football team's in good shape, as is Kent State.
Matt Simon is deep. The kick into the wind. Simon is going to fair catch it at the 36-yard line. So Northern Illinois will be going, as they say, downhill with the wind when we come back. 21-17, Huskies over Golden Flashes. Stick around, got a good football game going on CSN.
LASIK eye surgery for $39 a month? Yes, you can. Now choose LASIK eye surgery at the Hauser Ross Eye Institute for only $39 a month or 18 easy monthly payments with no interest. That's right. Affordable payment options make freedom from glasses and contacts closer than ever. For only $39 a month or 18 easy payments, experience what thousands already know. If you've ever thought about seeing life without glasses or contacts, then now's the time to discover Hauser Ross. LASIK eye surgery at the Hauser Ross Eye Institute. Now affordable as ever. Call 1-800-CHECKUP today.
You never know who's going to drop by Chicago Tribune Live. Brian Urlacher, Rod Blagojevich.
I expect to get booed going in. If I throw the ball in the dirt, I'll get booed going out. So my goal is getting booed just once.
Dale Talon, Ron Zook.
We're excited about the direction that we're going.
Ben Gordon, Joe Buck.
Fennell has done a great job of changing the entire atmosphere around that team.
Chicago Tribune Live, presented by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Weeknights at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Where's a fan's best friend online? ComcastSportsNet.com. It's the place to read analysis from Comcast Sportsnet experts that you can't find anywhere else. Get up to the second news headlines, see the day's programming lineup, check out talent bios, and watch video clips featuring the latest info on your teams. Plus, sign up for Sports Extra and Sports Blast email alerts that make you the first to know about breaking news. Log on right now to ComcastSportsNet.com. Fans' best friend online.
We are back and we are ready for action here at Brigham Field at Husky Stadium in DeKalb, Illinois. You're watching Northern Illinois football on Comcast Sportsnet. Nicholson fakes, rolls right, looks, throws, finds Reed Cunningham. Cunningham makes one man miss and is knocked down right around the 50-yard line, and it will be enough to move the chains and a Northern Illinois first down. Stephon Moss knocked him down.
This is a really good call because it's a safe pass. It's a boot. In other words, it comes out one way, reverses out, and comes out to the opposite side. And what happens in this plays tough business on inside linebackers. They start to chase that fake, and now the tight end comes across in a drag route. And, you know, the only thing you can do is you're an inside linebacker. Find a tight end and just go chase him.
Northern will run it inside, gain maybe a yard. But you saw by the way, Derek Burrell came over and made the tackle. You saw the numbers there. 15 of 19 for 232, 2 touches, 2 picks for Danny Nicholson. You know, the 2 picks were crucial, but besides the 2 picks, he's really played a whale of a football game.
Oh, he certainly has. As I mentioned before, have to take care of the football. A couple of mistakes here and there, but at the same time, he's done a good job. And he's being asked to do an awful lot. He's playing against a good defense.
Nicholson looking, throws, and he finds Simon. And that will be enough for another Northern Illinois first down. But Justin Anderson back in the football game. Good news for the Huskies. Stephon Moss came over and made the tackle on Simon.
David, I can't say enough about the protection. You know, the old days you'd say if he's got 4 seconds. Right here, he's 5 seconds. He's 6 seconds. This offensive line is doing a magnificent job. You cannot give a quarterback that kind of time and expect the defense to react in the secondary. Great job by that offensive line.
David Bryant back in. David Bryant gang tackled and knocked down at the 35-yard line, so he'll gain maybe a yard and a half. Colin Farrell made the tackle.
Now here, the last time Northern Illinois had possession like this down at this end is when they gave the football up. This is where I would get into sequential football. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, play action off the football. We hadn't seen that boot pass yet in the game. And by the boot pass, again, I mean the quarterback faking one way, coming out the other way, and having the tight end run across the field.
By the way, correction, it's Colin Farrell. I was kidding earlier, said it's called him Wayne's brother. David Bryant rumbles to the 25. He'll be, I think, just short of a first down. It'll be very, very close.
I mean, you talk about, again, Unya Buago and John Brost. They can't.
It's a gain of 9 yards.
Anye Buago.
There you go.
I'm trying to work with you with that before the game.
Letting you have it.
Okay.
I just call him Jason.
I'll tell you this is a special kid, a big-time student. He's from Warren Central High School in Indianapolis, which has had great football tradition. Contrary to what you may think, David, we do play football in Indiana.
By the way, Air Force, a 41-24 lead on the Irish today, late in that football game.
4-year honor roll student. Best young offensive lineman, Joe Novak says that he's
Nicholson
seen.
blitz, evades the man, goes down the field, and hits the crossbar. Jamison Kahns was the man who was deep.
Good job here of evading the blitzer. Step up, a little slow. You know, when you're a defensive back and you're coming in like that, you got to break down a little bit.
Kahns, though, was deep in the backfield. There he is. Look at the arms on that guy. That's a guy who works out.
Well, that's with right now, the way strength and conditioning and nutritionists and on and on and on. But you have to do it at the Division I level. That's why you build facilities like this that they have here at the Orton Center if you want to compete.
Nicholson, wide receiver screen. Justin Anderson tries to turn it back up. He may have gained 2. Bring up a 3rd down and about 8.
Good pursuit there by the Golden Flash defense. And again, you can't play great defense unless you have great pursuit. And defensive coaches, defensive coordinators, great pursuit. At the end of the play, I want to see who is around the football, give them a point. Guys that are not around the football, minus 1 point. Too many minus points, Zingo, you're out of there.
See you later.
There's Diesel, the puppy.
So if you had too many minuses, you're cleaning Diesel's cage?
You're gone. Get another guy in there.
Nicholson looking, throws, finds his man, and it will be short of a first down. Greg Turner made the catch. You also see Greg sometimes returning punts for Northern Illinois.
Good time pass here, 5-step drop. Good ball, good velocity on the ball, puts the ball just where it needs to be put. In other words, away from the defender. The offensive linemen right now on the field are shouting to Joe Novak, we want to run the football, send that kicker back, let him go over on the side there and spend some time with you, Joe. We want to, I love it. Did you see them? Did you see all of them yelling up there? Run the ball, forget the field goal.
Their first timeout.
They take their first timeout. Nicholson will come over and chat with his head coach. But you're right, that O-line said, hey, Chris, you're a nice guy. Get off the field.
Hey, look, I've seen some offensive lines that go to the sideline and say, hey, get that kicker out here, kick the field goal, not on me. But you know what they say? Put the football game in our hands. Put it in our hands. And that's what the offensive line play is all about. Challenge us. Can we get this yard or less than a yard? What bothers me is when I see football teams in that type of situation, either kicking the extra point in a game like this or taking the quarterback and dropping them back 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. This is the way football is meant to be played. Now, do you take a chance here with a play action fake? No. I'm saying these big guys up there, and look at the little jump that they've got in their step. They want this. They want this first down more than anybody in the stadium right now.
And Justin Anderson, knee injury and all, is back in. They're going to quarterback sneak it, and they've got the first down.
Never take a quarterback sneak for granted. You don't get pad under pad when you're those big guys up front. That quarterback can get rejected.
Nicholson
watch the push.
Does get the first down.
Absolutely. This guy's got some poise. You know, when coaches talk about poise, don't flinch, don't get rattled. You've got to have poise. He's showing a lot of poise here. Here is right here. Look at the push. Oh, boom. Pad under pad. Pad under pad. You see that push? Oh, my goodness. Eddie Adamski. Nice job, young guy. Nice job.
Eddie related to a very famous attorney, Greg Adamski, in Chicago. David Bryant cuts it back inside, and he'll be knocked down right around the 10-yard line, gain of about 4. Yeah, I was doing my research, and Greg Adamski and his lovely wife, Karen Conti, heads of Adamski and Conti law firm down in the city. I said, wow, are you related to Eddie? He said, yeah, actually we are. Greg was not a football player, but Eddie's one heck of a football player.
Well, somebody be asking Eddie soon if he's related to the lawyer the way this guy's playing. He's going from the other way. I should say the attorney.
Exactly. And off to Justin Anderson, and just can't quite break that one tackle that was there. I think it was Anthony Mirando, the linebacker, had him wrapped up, and you saw him driving his legs and just couldn't quite break that tackle.
It's a nice job. You know, sometimes you're not going to make that perfect tackle, especially on backs with this type of strength. Good job of coming off of the block. And that you practice that with linebackers. You have a guy come out and block, boom, he takes on the blocker, slides off and makes the block. He can't jump around the block because the back will go opposite. You have to encounter the blocker and then slip off and make the tackle.
Nicholson to the back of the end zone, and it's off the hands of Brandon Davis. That's the second one that he's let go off his hands today. One cost him a touchdown, the other was an interception.
Brandon certainly would like to have that one back. Sometimes, you know, you can't look prosperity in the eye. No one's around me. I got the football in my hand. Sometimes that becomes tough. Sometimes a tougher catch is easy. Might sound a little ridiculous, but time to time, I mean, he's back here. Oh, he really didn't have to jump. I think he was a little bit concerned as to where he was in relationship to the out-of-bounds.
Correct. 4th and 3, so the Huskies going to try and make this a 7-point game again. Snap, set, Nendick's kick will go right into the windows of the York Center. He makes it, and it is a 24-17 game. Teams have traded field goals here in the third. We got a doozy going. Stick around. Husky football on CSN.
Looking for a wireless phone and service? The Phone Store features service from Sprint PCS, US Cellular, T-Mobile, and Nextel. Why buy a phone from a store that offers only one carrier? At the Phone Store, our friendly, knowledgeable staff will help you compare between all of our carriers and help you find the phone and service that fits your needs the best. The Phone Store with 2 great locations, in Rochelle next to Sullivan's Foods and in DeKalb on Sycamore Road next to Great Clips by Aldi, or call 815-78-PHONE.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty good job, innit, when you think about it? I mean, basically, I help people save money, don't I? Like, I tell people they could save hundreds by switching to Geico. They go to geico.com, maybe save all this money on car insurance, and the next thing you know, I'm like invited to their wedding or whatever. One bloke actually asked me to be his best man. Dear oh dear. Anyway, look, don't matter. Look, point is, if you want loads of friends, giving away money, it's not a bad idea.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Northern Illinois gets 3 off the leg of Chris Nendick, the NIU Alumni Association scoring drive, 13 plays, 56 yards, and it took 5:55 off the clock. Nendick good from 25 yards and it's a 7-point game, Bob.
Excellent point. 5:55 off the clock. Possession and time, field position and time are going to become critical as this football game moves
Tip
on.
your cap, as you said, to that offensive line. That kick will sail into the end zone and be downed. So with 4:53 left, Kent State again goes into the wind, but just a one-score game. That was a big stop to not give up a touchdown there.
Absolutely. You mentioned that offensive line. Coach Etheridge, who came here, this is his first year coaching the offensive line here. When you talk about offensive linemen, what separates great offensive linemen from average offensive linemen is technique. And what technique is not who you block, but how to block them. Hand placement. How do you come off the football? What's your first step? What's your follow-up step? All those little nuances are critical. Right up the middle there. Kent State, they come back into a little rhythm. Their offensive line does a nice job too. Plays with good leverage, comes off the ball.
Andre Flowers running the football in a backup role here today, and he picks up a good chunk of yardage for Kent State, and they'll make it a very manageable 2nd and 4. Again, their big star running back, Eugene Jarvis, now the all-time single-season rushing leader in the history of Kent State football. And this will move the sticks. Flowers, a big run. Kuba came in and made the tackle for Northern Illinois, but Flowers moves the chains. And so Kent State will have it 1st and 10, right around the 35-yard line. In fact, that's exactly where they'll spot it, the 35-yard line. Flowers again, and this time he's going nowhere. He will lose yardage on the play. John Tranchitella, the linebacker, came over and blew that play up in the backfield.
Tranchitella's played a number of positions within that linebacker core. Weak side linebacker, strong side linebacker, and has played done a nice job as the inside linebacker. Good analysis here of the play. Stays with the play, keeps coming, brings his legs, makes the tackle. He's a tough kid. I like watching him play.
There's a toss that is at the feet of the intended receiver, Jonathan Simpson.
Yet again, you see John Tranchitella with a linebacker blitz coming and getting in John Brown's face. Here's Tranchitella right here. I mean, he's got that look of a linebacker. Look at that blitz. He beats the block, just flat out beats the block. Then you got Alex Crutch comes in the same way. They work in tandem. They keep the ball carrier bracketed. In other words, inside and in front.
John Brown, the backup quarterback here today, and that pass is dropped. Andre Flowers was the man he was looking for.
You know, it takes a special type of receiver to go underneath the coverage and concentrate on the football, because you know one thing, that ball is being thrown underneath the coverage. You catch that football and there are going to be a number of people converging on it. That's a very catchable football. Just slightly to that is a very, very catchable football. You got to choke your motor down between the two defenders.
The punt, good solid kick into the wind. Matt Simon's got it. He will evade one man, and then he will be gang tackled at the 27-yard line. So that's where Northern Illinois will go on the attack with 3:05 left in the third quarter in DeKalb. It's the Huskies 24 and Kent State's Golden Flashes 17. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, and Kenny McReynolds is patrolling the sidelines. Got a great CSN crew here. Got Hollywood Todd Armour, our spotter. Katie Hine is up here as our floor director. Got everybody working hard to bring you Northern Illinois football. Bob and I just have to show up and watch a football game.
It is fun. You're exactly right. This is a great crew, and I love doing these Northern Illinois games.
Well, it's funny. It kicks at 3. We get here about noon. Our crew gets here at like 6 o'clock in the morning. David Bryant rumbles to the 45-yard line. A big gain, moved the sticks. Rico Murray made the tackle.
I mean, it begins to sound redundant, but I mean, what can you not say good about this offensive line? They gash them, but you know what? There's good play calling being done by Roy Whitkey, the offensive coordinator. Because what happens in a game like this, you start not only calling plays, you start picking on personnel that perhaps you see starting to struggle a bit.
David Bryant, who is getting yeoman work here in the second half with the knee injury to Justin Anderson. We have seen Justin come back in the game on a handful of occasions, but it's been pretty much the David show the last portion of the first half and the majority of the second half.
You know the amazing thing, David, you talked about all the injuries to the Northern Illinois Huskies. I mean, how many surgeries were there this year, David? You mentioned them last time, 12, 13, 14. And in college football anymore, depth
Look at you had 18 guys who'd be playing that were not even dressing for football games.
Right, and so with the limitations by the NCAA 85 scholarships, finding good depth is difficult. This is a real testimony to Mike Sabach, 24-year veteran at Northern Illinois, the defensive end coach and the recruiting coordinator. Mike does a great job. The Huskies are lucky to have him. He's gone through about 5 or 6, literally. I mean, he came here with Coach Corson. Was it 1984 when we were here?
No, that would have been 83.
83. 24 years he's been here. Now he's the recruiting coordinator. He understands the culture. He knows the high school coaches. Nice job, Mike Sabach.
Nicholson over the middle finds Brandon Davis, and that will move the chains. Ball now at the Kent State 43. Yeah, because 83, Bill Mallory coached the team to the Cal Bowl.
Right.
You and your staff came in the end of the 83 season and coached the 84 season.
Coached the 84 season. You know, Brandon Davis, this tight end, you say, well, it's just a little pitch and catch. It's out in front there. You have to have the knowledge to find out just where to choke your motor down, to stop, to slow down, and find that equidistant point between two defenders in zone coverage.
Nicholson, pressured, steps up. He's going to run the football. Nicholson makes a cut, dives very near another first down. I think he's going to be just a hair short.
David, I don't want to give Nicholson too much credit, but at the very end of this play, it almost looks like, watch him now, glance to the sideline, where are the sticks, and then take that dive.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not, but let's give him credit.
Tough, heady play.
Oh, it is. Pulls the ball down, shows good athleticism, tucks it right there. Kind of looked to the sideline to see where the sticks were, and then he slid. He took the dive.
They're going to measure this one. Let's see. I'm saying it is just a hair short.
It's a first down, I think, David.
Let's see. It is by, I mean, literally.
That's because Nicholson
glanced
to
the ball.
He glanced to the sideline. He knew exactly where he was on the field.
Real nice play by Dan Nicholson. By the nose of the football, he moves the sticks. And Northern Illinois in business late here in the third quarter. They lead by 7. Bob, they definitely want to see what they can manufacture before they have to go into the wind the fourth quarter. David Bryant makes a man miss. David Bryant to the corner, and David Bryant just tripped up at the 14-yard line. Rico Murray, a touchdown-saving tackle.
When David Bryant took the football, watch how square his shoulders are there. That gives him a chance to jump to the outside as he did and take the football downfield. You have your shoulders square, you give yourself a three-way goal. Watch his shoulders. They are square. Now he can jump out to the outside. If his shoulders are turned to jump to the outside, he has to correct himself. Good run. Very, very good. Great vision.
Bryant has run for 107 today. There he will lose a yard. He's run for 106. He had no chance there. David Philippi made the tackle.
That's good. That's going to be about it for the third quarter. What a game, David. As you said, we've got a doozy on our hands here.
All righty, we've got one more quarter to play. It's 24-17, Huskies in DeKalb.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky territory. VCB is the official site for NIU Athletics, featuring the new NIU logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or a fan of NIU Athletics, the Village Commons Bookstore is your Husky headquarters. Visit us in DeKalb or call us toll-free 800-700-4868 or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
They're the teams you live for, the players you cheer for, and the events that make you stop everything. Whatever side you're on, whatever captures your interest most, there's one common bond that unites us all. We all share a passion for Chicago sports. That's why fans like you need a television home devoted solely to you. The games, the news, the analysis, and everything else you desire. It's all right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Sit, watch. Game on. The home series is coming, and only Comcast Sportsnet brings you all the action on the ice in crystal clear high definition. Tomorrow night, tune into Comcast Sportsnet for a historical telecast as Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves, and the Blackhawks take on the rival Detroit Red Wings at the United Center. It all starts tomorrow night at 5:30 with Chevy Blackhawks pregame live with Steve Conroy and Jim Blaney, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
15 minutes to play here. The Huskies 24, the Golden Flashes 17. David Kaplan and Bob Kamel here in the booth. Kenny McReynolds is patrolling the sideline. The Huskies have it on a 2nd and 10 at the KSU 14-yard line. On a 2nd and 10 down here, I mean, you're in field goal range. The wind won't be a factor on this field goal, you wouldn't think. Do you run the football or do you throw the football?
I run the football. I run the football. You are in a running rhythm. I mean, they are shoulder to shoulder, hat on a hat, getting a good push.
And they do run it, and they lose yardage.
Want to ask me that question again? I'd still run the football. I would still run the football.
Now I think you've got to throw the football, though.
Throw the football, but I'm not going to. I might just throw a little dink pass. One of the things right there, they schemed that. In other words, they pulled a backside guard as opposed to zoning it, which would be basically shoulder to shoulder. And I think that gave the defender enough time to find that lateral crease and the defense take it and make the play.
Colin Farrell made the tackle. It is a 3rd and 15. Nicholson looking, pressured. I don't think he sees the man behind him. He turns it up, and he's knocked down about the 12-yard line. So it will bring up a 4th down situation. Kirk Belgrave and Monty Simmons chasing him, and Simmons from behind. I thought he was going to be able to get him. I don't think Nicholson knew he was there.
He shows a little bit right here with the quarterback. You have to put that football away. That was a big hit, big hit. You can't take that kind of punishment, play in and play out. From time to time, it's all right, but put that football away. Quarterbacks have a little bit of a tendency not to tuck the ball away when they start to run.
This will be a 30-yard field goal attempt for Chris Nendick. The kick is up, and he missed it. He pulled it to the left. That is a huge play in this game because it becomes a 1-score game. It stays rather than becoming a 2-score game, Bob.
Pulled it. Just pulled the football. This is where when the guys come off the side of the field. In this situation, okay, with this game and the game is in the balance, he misses the kick. Obviously, you don't get the 3 points. I mean, that's the obvious thing. But the other thing is he makes that field goal. Then you get that more enthusiasm on the sidelines and you build on it. Then, it's kind of like that, he misses it and he comes off the side of the field. It's kind of like, Now is when
you don't have the bounce in your step.
No, you don't have the bounce in your step. This is where the defense has to step up and set yet another tempo for the game for Northern. And they just did that.
Well, Larry English and company, I think Alex Crutch was up there. They blow that play up in the backfield, knocking Eugene Jarvis down. Loss of 2. It'll be a 2nd and 12, but here's the handoff from Brown.
Crutch just destroys the block. Nice play. Young guy from Schaumburg High School, just a little ways down the road here in Illinois. He's only a junior, 6'2", 258. You got a redshirt freshman, a sophomore, and 2 juniors. You got basically a defensive line that's coming back.
Brown is hit and leveled. Brandon Bice came in and leveled John Brown.
Brandon Bice from McCook, Lyons Township High School. Look at that. He just keeps coming. That's what pass rushing is all about. You can never give up. The legs have to keep moving. You have to continue to play with leverage. And pass rushing is what I call want-to football. You have to be determined to be a great pass rusher.
They hand it off Eugene Jarvis, and he will be lit up. Bradley Pruitt came roaring up to make that tackle.
You know, I mentioned after the kick was missed, when he pulled the kick, that the defense has to come out and set a tempo. And that's exactly what they did. They came out and they set a tempo, and they're right back in gear. They really haven't lost a step. Granted, they didn't get the 3 points, which would have been, as you mentioned, a 2-possession game. But you know what? For the defense to come back out and be that stout in that series, that speaks volume about Denny Dornbos, the defensive coordinator.
All right, Kent State's going to be forced to punt. Jake Kilroy is in to punt it. Simon's got it, catches it around the 44. Simon makes a move. Simon makes a man miss and is dragged down finally at the Kent State 37-yard line.
Credit to special teams. The most you can ask of the special teams is to get a man on a man, a hat on a hat.
All right, we will take a timeout. We'll come back. 11:32 left in this game. NIU by 7.
My name is Ricardo Patton, the new men's basketball coach here at NIU.
Maintains possession to Paradise, but will fall away from 17 is good.
My staff and I are very excited about being here at NIU and are looking forward to the upcoming season. We have already scheduled some nationally ranked teams such as Southern Illinois, Air Force, and Notre Dame. We look forward this season to seeing you in our beautiful Convocation Center. Go Huskies.
There are 114 points where sound is dampened, 43 sensors for comfort, 23 sensors for safety, and 7 sensors to monitor the sensors. Behind every detail, there's a detail. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Welcome back here on Comcast Sportsnet. 11:32 left in the fourth. Northern Illinois has the ball 1st and 10 at the KSU 38-yard line, and Nicholson looking, and has a man. And I think it's Reed Cunningham who made the catch. 6'4", 250, a sophomore. The tight end is out of Cambria, Wisconsin. Nicholson's numbers today are outstanding. He had 2 bad interceptions, I'm aware of that, but he's also thrown a couple touchdowns, and he has led his team with great poise today.
Great description of him today, poise. A couple of errant throws. But you can see, as I mentioned before, he comes to the sideline. They're continuously coaching him. He is growing up. He is maturing through the course of this football game as we watch it.
Gives it to David Bryant. David Bryant will be dragged down by his ankles, but it should be enough to move the chains. Colin Farrell, the D-line, made the tackle. Nicholson, 19 of 25, 260 yards and 2 touches today. 19 of 25 is pretty impressive.
You know, David, from the other side of the football, Colin Farrell, I cannot imagine his defensive statistics today. That young guy has been all over the field, from Hamilton, New Jersey, and is supposed to be great leadership skills, a very strong player also.
David Bryant knocked down at the 25-yard line, maybe the 24. Bring up a 2nd down situation. Stephon Moss made the tackle. Moss 5'11", but he's 230 pounds.
Well, it's a low center of gravity.
That is.
That's a person that.
It's a bowling ball coming at you.
There's no question. That's where, you know, guys like that play that way, they have a great leverage.
Nicholson was faking. and I think he thought nobody knew it. But let me tell you something. Colin Farrell knew that play because he saw it earlier in the game, and he was all over it.
Well, this is actually one fake, two fakes, three fakes, trying to set up the screen. Colin Farrell, again, credited him with a great job of analyzing the play and coming in and making the play. But, you know, again, Nicholson growing up through the course of this game, threw that football right in the dirt.
A 3rd and 7. Nicholson dumps it over the middle, finds Reed Cunningham, but he's going to be short of the first down. So Nendick's going to get another shot at a field goal.
Now, Reed Cunningham there, good adjustment to the football. When you coach wide receivers and tight ends, you do a bad ball drill. You throw it over their head, you throw it to the right, you throw it to the left, you throw it in front of them. He makes a nice adjustment. This ball's underthrown. Comes down on the football, gets the football secured into his midsection. Nice job there. Don't take that catch for granted.
All right, now this kick is right in the middle. And flags fly. Let's see what the penalty call is going to be. I think it's going to be a false start on Northern Illinois.
Snap infraction. 55. Offense. Penalized 5 yards. Remains 4th down.
It was number 55, the center.
Yep, the long snapper.
The long snapper.
That's exactly right. You had
Nolan
Owen.
He hitched. You can't hitch that way.
You can't have a little hitch in your giddy up.
No, you can't hitch that way. You've got to stay down, snap the ball.
Every yard is difficult kicking into the wind on this cold day, but Nendick says no problem. And he drills it through.
You know, you mentioned a cold day. Kick a cold football.
Oh, I mean, not easy.
You know, we joke around and say the guy likes to carry the rock. Well, you know what?
Carrying
the rock and kicking the rock are two different things.
All right. We will come back at 9:32 in the 4th. The Huskies have increased their lead to 10.
It's our pride in the red, white, and blue. It's our commitment that always comes shining through. It's everything that you need.
Always find what I need.
You can get everything here.
Always have good service. Got everything we needed.
The hardest working people in America find value at Farm and Fleet.
This week on an all-new Sports Science, the series critics are calling mind-boggling and a new way to view sports. How does a screaming crowd affect a free throw shooter's heart rate? And can a single blade of grass ruin a golfer's swing? We study the external forces that can make an athlete spin out of control. An all-new episode of Sports Science, Monday on Comcast Sportsnet.
Bulls basketball on Comcast Sportsnet. Every home game on that nice HD.
The best pre and post game coverage.
Complete Bulls coverage on Sports Night.
Bulls basketball on Comcast Sportsnet.
Comcast Sportsnet, fan best friend.
Also, don't miss the women's basketball team.
27-17, 9:32 left in the 4th. The NIU Alumni Association scoring drive, 6 plays, 15 yards, took 2 minutes. 40-yard field goal good for Chris Nendick, and he will put it back in play right now, kicking off into the wind. So Kent State will try and see if they can get their offense going. At least they are going with the wind now here, Bobby, in the 4th.
Nendick has great leg strength.
He does.
Great leg strength, great technique.
But let's see where his kick comes down, because kicking with the wind, he was kicking him out of the back of the end zone to see if it's really a factor. He has a driving kick, and this one's going to come down right around the 4-yard line. Kent State's going to have the football with decent field position right around the 27-yard line. Alan Vanderink was the man on the return. And Anthony Mason was the man who made the tackle.
Anthony Mason, good special teams guy. Been around the football basically on every special teams. Made a couple really nice tackles.
Illinois 28.
It's uncanny that some guys have the ability to avoid those blocks as they go downfield. And you see some other guys, they can't do it. Great athletes and things. But Anthony Mason, nice job on special teams. He's a defensive back, a sophomore out of Hopkins Park, Illinois, which, again, is right down the road. But, you talk about Illinois' team, Chicago's team, 79 rostered players on the Northern Illinois Huskies
from the
are
state
from
of Illinois.
10 from Wisconsin, 9 from Indiana, 7 from Minnesota. How about this? 5 from Mississippi, 2 from Florida, 1 from California, 1 from Kansas, and 1 from Michigan.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. 79 guys on your roster.
By the way, they just announced the final out of the Horseshoe in Columbus. The University of Illinois has upset the undefeated #1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. 28-21 the final, and the crowd very excited. So you've got 2 State of Illinois against Ohio games with Northern and Kent State, and Illinois and Ohio State. Could the land of Lincoln get the sweep?
Well, Illinois, Ron Zook's doing a great job of recruiting. Now he's getting some coaches in there doing a great job of coaching.
Brown throws, and he throws behind his man. Incomplete. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Rashad Tukes was the man that he was trying to hit.
Now, do you think everybody at Ohio State is going to say they were looking through the Illini to the Michigan game the following week? Michigan lost to Wisconsin today.
Correct. Michigan got drilled 37-21 by Wisconsin. So the luster comes off of that game next week. It's still Michigan, Ohio State, though.
Talk about all those games. Give me Mid-American Conference football. I love it, Dave.
It is outstanding. Brown looks, throws, and it is off the hands of his intended man, Phil Garner.
Flag down there, David. This could be a little bit of a personal foul.
There is a flag on the play.
Take a look again and see if we can see the infraction.
Oh,
no doubt about it.
I will tell you this.
Absolutely no doubt about it.
Joe Novak will have a conversation with this young man. I mentioned Joe Novak football. That's not Joe Novak football right there. We haven't seen anything like this through the course of the game. You got to know when to pull up. You have to know when to pull up.
William Tsutsumi is his name.
There's Joe. I knew it. I mean, that will anger Joe.
Kent State begins 1st and 10 on the 42.
I'll tell you one thing. If I had a son, he could play college football, he could play for Joe Novak, he'd be here with the Huskies.
Brown looking, dumps it off, and throws it into the ground. Cannot find his man, Cameron Bobb, the intended receiver.
Good calls, good twists and turns up front by Northern Illinois, getting Kent State out of any type of sink they may have been in. 2nd and 10 right now. I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to bring some serious blitz.
2nd and 10 from the 42.
Denny Dornbos, the defensive coordinator here, actually played at Western Michigan, so he's no newcomer to this conference.
Brown looks, finds his man, but that's really not going to go very far. Leneric Muldrow made the catch. John Tranciatella made another tackle.
This play here really has no chance whatsoever. You don't get a lot of drops by the linebackers or the corners. They're playing a little bit of run there. Stepping up, the deepest man probably in the secondary is probably 12 yards at the most.
3rd and 9 situation for the Golden Flashes. Brown takes the snap, throws, and misses his man. He was under a lot of heat.
I will tell you, David.
A ton of heat. Brandon Bice was there pressuring the quarterback.
Hello, John Brown. I mean, he takes a good lick here.
Yeah, Brandon Bice just
drilled Bice. And I mean, he brought it all. He tackled through him, not to him. And there's a big difference. I mean, he never.
Brown is going to get on that bus for that long bus ride home and go, wow, my body hasn't felt like this in a while. And a bad snap. They were going to run, actually a fake. They faked me.
It was a fake.
Andre Flowers, the running back, took the snap, but it will not be enough for a 1st down. That one completely faked me. Flowers took quite a hit.
I mean, good job here good job of recognition by Northern Illinois. I mean, they are playing, they have a return on, so they're not penetrating. So they're sitting there, getting ready for the ball to be kicked, then set up a return. That played right in to their hands.
Spencer Williamson, one of the men in who made the tackle. Anthony Mason was the other one.
Now, if you have,
I did not expect that. Did you expect that?
Not at all. Not with 8.5 minutes left in the game.
I didn't either.
I thought you punt the football away and take your chances. There's, a couple more possessions anyway.
1st and 10 for the Huskies, and they are now in Kent State territory. Simon takes the handoff, and he is hit. We got a flag on the play.
I think it's going to be a face mask, David. Our friend Cullen Farrell right in there to disrupt the play.
And a new quarterback in as well. Ryan Morris is in at quarterback for Northern Illinois. So we'll find out the situation. Maybe Kenny McReynolds can find out what's going on with Dan Nicholson. Let's take a look at the face mask penalty right here.
Farrell,
there's
Simon,
there and there's the...
That's Farrell. It's on Farrell. It's inadvertent. It's the 5-yard nature.
Garden variety.
Garden variety. Garden variety.
First down at 5, ball on the 40 of the Flashes.
So we will hope that we can get a report on Dan Nicholson. But Ryan Morris in at quarterback, and David Bryant is lit up. Loss of a yard or 2 on the play. Colin Farrell again in on the tackle. That young man has played a whale of a football.
He is a disruptive force on that defensive line. I mean, there is no quitting this young guy. And he's got that posture like, I want more. Bring it over.
Dan Nicholson sitting over there on the training table. So we'll try and get a report on what is his ailment. Bryant is hit and knocked down.
This is
Phil Voorhees.
Right here, looking at the way they're checking him
trainer.
out, checking in his eyes and that.
Let's go to Kenny McReynolds.
I think it's when he scrambled with the football, David.
Yeah, I think you're right when he scrambled with the football. Now, the official word is he's out, but they won't say why he's out. I walked by, I asked Dan, was he okay? He said, yes, Kenny, I'm okay. But they're looking in his eyes, and that's always a sign of probably a concussion. But, you know, I can't say that. I'm just saying they're looking in his eyes. They tell me he's out, he won't be back. Reed Cunningham also is out. He will not be back.
So the casualty list piling up for both clubs. Justin Anderson, who's been dealing with a knee injury, is back in the football game. And on a 3rd down situation, the Huskies do not want to put the ball up in the air, leading by 10 at the 6:40 mark. So it's a 4th and 11. Dittbenner will come in to punt. Fritz Jaquez was the man who made the hit.
Also injured and back in the lineup for Kent State. He had an injury. He's an outstanding football player, Jaquez.
John Drager, the deep man, has his heels on the 10-yard line at his own 10. Dittbenner gets it away. This ball will bounce, and it will be down at the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. Can't do it any better than that. Patrick George was down there, and the punt, like a real nice sand wedge, stopped on a dime. So there you have it, 6:09 left. It's the Huskies by 10.
It's all good. Casey's, it's all right. Casey's will make it any way you like.
Stop into Casey's General Store and get a 25-cent 2-liter with the purchase of any large pizza. Plus tax and deposit not valid with any other offer.
Casey's General Store. Casey's, it's all good.
Welcome back to Brigham Field at Husky Stadium in DeKalb, Illinois. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, and Kenny McReynolds. Let's take a look at the running backs for Northern Illinois today. Justin Anderson, 19 carries for 98. He was over 100, but lost, I think, 3 yards on his last couple carries. But he is over 1,000 for the season, came in at 998. And then David Bryant, his most extensive work of the season, 24 carries for $103 and a good average over 4. Let's take a look at Justin Anderson. This is throughout the season. He has been a workhorse for Northern Illinois. Take a look at him right there. A dynamic running back who actually was not the starter opening day. It was Montel Clanton when we were here. Clanton went out with a knee injury for the season, and Anderson, that carry right there, put him over 1,000 for the season. Take a look at, since 2003, 1,000-yard rushers. Anderson, 3 times for Garrett Wolf, and a man who's starring in the NFL for San Diego, Michael the Burner Turner. And he's going to be a free agent with LaDainian Tomlinson there. You wonder how much San Diego can pay to 2 backs. He may be a prime timer on the free agent market.
Good point, and might be a good stop for Jim Phillips.
Yeah, exactly.
Get that next big paycheck. Jim, I'd like to talk to you a little bit, talk to Jim, and come in and maybe have
a building built.
A building built, or at least a room.
Eugene Jarvis was the ball carrier. Alex Kuba made the tackle. Exactly. Jim's rooting for him to get the biggest contract he can, and it says, let's build the Michael the Burner Turner Center. Jim's the best.
Can you say enough about Jim Phillips?
Dr. James Phillips, the athletic director here at Northern Illinois.
I will say this unequivocally, and I'll argue this with anybody. One of the best athletic directors in the United States of America.
Yeah.
You think, how long's he been here? He had the vision of this building, the Yordan Center. We had Mr. Yordan here. He hadn't been back to Northern Illinois for 24 years.
Jim found him.
Jim found him
and got him involved. And
we have the palatial Yordan Center right here. And what a great tribute to the Jeffrey and Kimberly Yordan to donate the money to get this building built.
Brown dumps it off, finds his man. Kent State trying to claw their way back into this football game. Alan Vanderink, who caught the touchdown pass from Brown earlier, is shepherded out of bounds by Bradley Pruitt.
Well, you know, Kent State's not in the position where they can be too patient. And, you know, just a little swing pass out here. David, that play right there that we just witnessed, that's nothing more than an elongated handoff or an elongated toss pitch. You've got to get out in the flat, you throw him the ball, and then depend upon yards after catch.
Eugene Jarvis, the ball carrier again. He has carried the mail extensively here tonight for Kent State, but that clock becoming a real problem as we drip toward the 5:20 mark, and the Huskies a 2-score lead.
You know, I mentioned so many times Coach Etheridge, the offensive line coach for Northern Illinois. But you know what? Jeff Phelps, the defensive tackle coach, the defensive line coach, along with Mike Sabak, the defensive end coach, have developed some fine players in the Northern Illinois defensive front.
There's that wide receiver screen again
on 4th down.
And they pick up the 1st down. Lenaric Muldrow catches Brown's pass. Alex Kuba made the tackle, but the chains move for Kent State. That is a huge play.
I mean, you start to get into the hurry offense where you're not getting the plays completely in off the sideline.
Brown pressured. Larry English trying to get there, and it's nearly intercepted by Tranchatella. Nearly intercepted.
The intended receiver.
Yet again, a situation with your 4th-team quarterback. Had he been a little bit more experienced, you don't throw this ball right here. You don't throw that ball. You throw that ball into the ground, even under pressure. You have to have that vision. You know, when they had that, the Northern Illinois linebackers had that receiver bracketed.
Brown dumps it off, finds his man. Nearer another 1st down. We will see where they spot that. Robinson made the catch, and Tranchatella made the tackle.
First down for Kent State.
I like Tranchatella. He has, as they say, a mind for the fray.
Brown finds Eugene Jarvis. Jarvis will stay in bounds, but it will be enough for another Kent State 1st down. Melvin Rice made the tackle.
Eugene Jarvis is a very impressive football player. I mean, he is in the grasp here completely. I mean, he had to adjust to the football. Good stop, good move, runs out of the tackle. In other words, keeps his feet going, but not only shows quickness, but shows strength, because he was basically wrapped up.
Coming up after this football game, we will have more football for you. Baylor at Oklahoma, with Ohio State going down today. There are a lot of teams with their eye on the prize of a national championship. Brown throws, finds his man.
That's a sight adjustment, David. Brown read the blitz, and he and the wide receiver are on the same page. The blitz comes, the wide receiver goes to the vacated area. Good job of what we refer to as a sight adjustment.
Vanderink was the man who made the catch. Brown, arm getting a workout, throws, and it is nearly intercepted. Should have been intercepted. We do have a flag down on the play. Phil Brown just flat out dropped it.
That's when you start to say, hey, this is just a little too easy, you know.
We have a defensive holding penalty on Northern Illinois, so that will mean the chains will move. It'll be an automatic first down.
You know, even just simply with linebackers, you coach linebackers, just, you know, become the receiver. When the ball is in the air, you become the receiver. It's anybody's football. Automatic first down.
Look at the penalty here. Kent State has committed just one infraction.
It's called discipline. It's called discipline in coaching. You know, those penalties, that's, you know, the look on Joe's face tells it all, Coach Novak.
Brown fires. And it is incomplete. Looking for Derek McBride.
One of the things you do with linebackers when you coach them or defensive backs, you just put them on the line at the beginning of practice. They run toward you, you throw them the ball. They run toward you, you throw them the ball. Just little simple things.
Boy, another dangerous pass. They give it to Jarvis. He makes one man miss. Well, this little guy keeps his feet moving. And he's going to be, I believe, have enough to get a first down.
Amazing speed, David. He's listed at 5'5", 170 pounds. He is a strong 5'5", 170 pounds. And good shake. I like, he's fundamentally sound, he's technique sound, and he's a determined runner.
Wide receiver screen, and it's a little low. And it is incomplete, looking for Vanderink.
Alan Vanderink, the intended receiver.
They really like that play. Doug Martin really likes that play.
You don't.
I don't like it. Doug Martin's a head football coach at the Division I level, a successful guy. That's what he's doing. I just don't like it. I like Doug Martin as a coach, though. I like the way he handles his kids. I like his demeanor.
Brown looking, he's going down. Football is loose, but I believe he was down. It was recovered by Kent State. Parrish, Dovine, DJ Perkle, freshman D lineman, was the man who got the sack.
This is just a basic show of inexperience on the part of Brown. Never take a sack in this situation. Never.
He's looking, throws, and it's incomplete. Going to bring up a 4th and 17.
Aaron Robinson, the intended receiver.
You got to take the field goal here, don't you, Bobby?
Absolutely. They're going to kick the field goal. He's got the wind at his back. 3:08 left in the game. Northern Illinois going into the wind.
Nate Reed. This will be a 40-yarder. 2-score game. You've got to get 2 of them, so you take the field goal right here. The snap, the kick is up, and it is good. I think it hit the upright.
Deflected off the left upright.
Your score now is Northern Illinois
7-point game. We got a good one going, folks. Huddle up and watch this one. 3:02 left in DeKalb.
My name is Ricardo Patton, the new men's basketball coach here at NIU.
Maintains possession to Paradise. Little fall away from 17 is good.
My staff and I are very excited about being here at NIU and are looking forward to the upcoming season. We have already scheduled some nationally ranked teams such as Southern Illinois, Air Force, and Notre Dame. We look forward this season to seeing you in our beautiful Convocation Center. Go Huskies.
This broadcast of Northern Illinois Husky football is brought to you by Patty's Pub and Grill, the official tailgate home of NIU Athletics. Village Commons Bookstore for all your Husky clothing and souvenirs. Visit vcbs.com. Applebee's. Try Applebee's Carside to Go. You call it in, we bring it out. Casey's General Stores, the official convenience store of NIU Athletics. Casey's, a convenience store, and a whole lot more. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. I found it at Farm and Fleet. Jewel, we take one-stop shopping to the next level. TCF Bank open 7 days. The NIU MBA programs take the NIU MBA Challenge. Kishwaukee Hospital, health, heart, home, and Resource Bank, where banking is a pleasure. There's a look at the NIU band. A little chilly here now as the sun has gone down. My partner's doing jumping jacks here to stay warm. David Kaplan and Bob Kamel. Kenny McReynolds is on the sideline. Again, if you're just joining us, a lot of injuries today at the quarterback spot. You got Dan Nicholson now out for the game. He took a hit, and they were checking him to make sure he didn't have a concussion, but he is done. Giorgio Morgan, the freshman quarterback, got off to a good start for Kent State. There's a look at Dan Nicholson. Giorgio Morgan with an apparent leg injury right near the end of the first half did not return in this football game. Both clubs are dealing with injuries. This is the fourth quarterback for Kent State in John Brown.
Well, getting back to Giorgio Morgan, I really hope he's okay. That was a tough-looking injury.
It was. Northern Illinois burns their second timeout. Take a look at the total yards. The Huskies have piled up over 500 yards of total offense, yet they only have a 7-point lead.
I mean, that is very impressive. 507 yards of offense. You know, Mid-American football, I mean, it is never over till it's over. I mean, you know, such a trite saying, and you know, but the fact is, you go see a Mid-American game, it's gonna. There's Diesel. Diesel said, "Let's go." It's getting a little cold here, right. Even though I am a Husky.
I've got a meal to eat, and I want to get into my warm doghouse. Beautiful dog, Diesel.
Number 35.
Nicholson finishes the day 21 of 28, 275 yards and 2 touches and 2 picks.
Onside kick, David. Northern Illinois has the hands team out.
And Northern Illinois recovers it. Real nice job by Marcus Lewis, 6'2", sophomore wide receiver from Warren High School in Gurnee, where he was also a standout on the basketball team.
Exactly. What I mean by the hands team is forget about all the guys that are in return team. You select whether it's a defensive back, a quarterback, a tight end, anybody, the best hands on the team, and you put them up front. Now, when you kick that football on the onside kick, that ball was kicked just a little hard. That second or third bounce, ideally, is the one that you want to go sailing up into the air.
Right, he kicked it so hard, it just scooted right to the...
He didn't get that big hop at the end.
10 when the flash is 41.
Huskies trying to pick up a couple first downs to try and run the clock out. David Bryant will be dragged down, but he'll pick up a good chunk of 4 yards. Anthony Mirando made the tackle. Linebacker made the hit. Ryan Morris, again, the sophomore out of Carroll Stream, Illinois, is in at quarterback. Kent State burns their first timeout at the 2:56 mark. And by the way, it's time for our player of the game, Bob.
I have my selection.
Well, we decided we didn't think you'd mind. We already picked it. The player of the game is the NIU offensive line.
Oh, thank you. A great selection right up front. Acevedo, Scatrud, Adamski, Uyebuego, and Frost. All you young guys, my hat is off to you. You played great football. You were tough. Your technique was good. And you know what? Throw in Harold Etheridge, the offensive line coach, and give him one of those footballs too, so we'll need 6 this week.
There you go. Acevedo, Scatrud, Adamski, Grost, and your guy, Jason Onyebuagu. Hand off to Bryant. Bryant makes a couple of men miss, but I believe they blew this play dead.
Timeout.
Did they say his knee was down?
David, if I were a head football coach, if I became a before I talked to an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, a running back coach, anybody, I'm going to go get the best offensive line coach that I can find. You cannot win in Division I football or any other level of football
without a great O-line.
Exactly. It starts with that O-line. They're a good-looking bunch,
My
too.
college roommate is the offensive line coach and running game coordinator at Arkansas.
You're kidding.
No. Michael Markuson, who actually was a graduate assistant when you were there at Notre Dame.
No.
Yes.
Learned an awful lot from me, that young guy. I had the honor of working with two great offensive line coaches, Jerry Hanlon at Michigan and the late, great Joe Moore at the University of Notre Dame.
I remember interviewing Joe, and just an engaging guy to talk to. One of those gruff, tough football.
He embodied everything that you wanted in an offensive line coach. I remember Jimbo Colvert saying, you may have been even interviewing him, David, I hear on the radio. He said, everything I have in my life I owe to Joe Moore. He taught me how to play the game and to love the game. We over here, Dave Magas, who was the offensive line coach here, when I was here, did a great job, and the late Lawrence Cooley, and who was our offensive line coach here.
You and I loved Lawrence Cooley.
Lawrence Cooley was and every time I think of Lawrence, I look down on this field, I come to DeKalb, one of the first thoughts that come to mind was lost Lawrence far too soon.
Yep. Passed away in a car accident in Ohio, I believe.
Yes, and he had just gone to work at the University of Cincinnati, took a job there, and he was a Nebraska offensive guard and held records in the bench press there for years and years. There have been some great offensive linemen coming out of the Mid-American Conference.
The broadcast rights for this event have been granted to Comcast Sportsnet by Northern Illinois University. Any reproduction or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of Comcast Sportsnet and NIU is strictly prohibited.
Did you memorize that?
I did. Read it so many times over the years.
I think your buddy Hollywood had something to do with that.
I think he did too. David Bryant turned back. A lot of hitting there. Football comes flying out, but it had already been blown dead.
David, as you said, we still have a game on our hands here.
We do?
2:39. They come up short there. Kent State takes over the football. This is going to be interesting. Now, when you're a defensive coordinator, how soft do you play? How hard? Do you blitz? Do you sit in zone? Some people say that the only thing the coverage gives you an opportunity to do when you play soft is gives you an opportunity to lose the game.
One thing I was not looking forward to was overtime. Brown throws, and he's got his man. Right at the 40-yard line. He is absolutely lit up by Chase Carter. Rashad Tukes made the catch, and he paid for it, but they pick up a chunk of yardage, 7 yards. At the 2:20 mark, 7-point game. Brown looking, pumps, throws, finds his man. Flag flies, but I think we may have a pass interference play on Derek McBride or on Alex Kuba. We'll see which way it goes.
Term I was trying to recall was prevent defense.
And it is going to be against an ineligible man, I think. They're going to get against Kent State.
He may not have been covered. He may not have been covered. And by that I mean he was, as the last man on the line of scrimmage, had to be off the football.
Ineligible. Down. The man was covered by outside receiver. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
And that is to prevent trickery
Exactly.
Correct.
Now you're going to play. Yes, you're going to play soft here. You're going to play soft here a little bit. You're going to put that center fielder, that free safety, probably be about 15 yards off the football. Great responsibility. Let him roam a little bit. Stay in that 3 deep coverage. Maybe rotate to cover 2.
Brown looking. Got some time. Throws. Finds his man. And oh my goodness. Josh Allen just laid the hit of the game on Aaron Robinson. Wow. Watch this hit.
I mean, he comes up, and this is the mark of a great defense. I mean, you come up and make plays like that, those receivers start thinking twice about where they're going to go, whether they want to come into your zone, into your area.
But Kent State responds. Derek McBride makes the catch.
This will be
the sticks will move.
Jolt. Ooh. Oh my goodness me. You have to be in great shape to make a hit like that, and you have to be in great physical shape and strength to get up from a hit like that.
Brown going down the field, throws and finds McBride again. And all of a sudden, we are at the 129 mark, and Kent State's at the 29-yard line.
This kid does not look, Brown does not look like a 4th-string quarterback.
Brown finds McBride, and he gets out of bounds. He'll stop the clock. They are right at the 25-yard line in a 7-point game. Melvin Rice made the tackle. Well, Northern Illinois, an advantage in running the ball today, an advantage in throwing the ball, yet they are fighting for their lives to get a victory.
Tells you that Kent State, when they've had the opportunities, they've capitalized on them.
Brown steps up, throws, it is intercepted. John Tranchatella makes a play, and that should do it. At the 114 mark, John Tranchatella picks off the pass, and that will give Northern Illinois the football, and it looks like a victory.
Tranchatella focused totally on the eyes of John Brown. John Brown does not look the receiver off. He is looking right where he wants to throw the ball. Tranchatella gets a great break on the ball, goes up for the football, makes a really good catch, secures the football down inside. Oh, that is a marvelous play by that young inside linebacker. He'll remember that. He'll remember that interception every time he thinks of Husky football.
Picked it off, took it 9 yards. And they call this what, Bob? The victory formation.
A victory formation, as opposed to the prevent defense.
That's it. Northern Illinois will get a hard-fought victory, and they will beat Kent State here today. Northern Illinois will go to 2-8, 1-5 in the MAC. Kent State will fall to 3-7, 1-5 in the MAC. Don't forget the Casey's post-game show and the Casey's coaches' comments are all coming up. Casey's General Store is the official convenience store of NIU Athletics. Casey's, a convenience store and a whole lot more. And our player of the game, we gave it to the offensive line of Northern Illinois, and that is the Adidas player of the game. Adidas, the official outfitter of Husky Athletics.
The offensive line and their coach, Coach Etheridge.
We do have a flag on the field.
I think it's going to be against the Huskies. And look at Joe.
He is hot.
He knows. He's been around. He's an experienced coach. He knows the deal. I mean,
Delay a game, disconcerting signal by the defense, penalized 5 yards, remains second down.
Disconcerting signals. My guess is they're under trying to mess the cadence up.
Correct. Numbers today, NIU 237 rushing yards, 275 through the air. Kent 204 rushing, 161 through the air. So both clubs, pretty good offensive numbers today.
Again, as I said before the game, throw the record away. 1-8, you come in here to Husky Stadium, Joe Novak coach team and the fine staff that he's got. And again, this is Mid-American football. You've you've got to give a lot of credit to the Kent State Golden Flashes, and headed up by head coach Doug Bryant.
Yep, they did a very, very solid job here today, but Northern Illinois, despite an injury to their starting quarterback Dan Nicholson, who was shaken up, prevails here today, 27-20. The final score as the Huskies beat the Golden Flashes. It's time for our Casey's post-game show and the Casey's coaches' comments as Joe Novak's going to talk with our Kenny McReynolds in just a moment. But a good victory for the Northern Illinois Huskies as they win it by 7. Tranchitella, the game-sealing interception as Kent State was trying to drive the football down the field. And John Brown was picked off over the middle. Tranchitella, a leaping interception, and that seals it. Northern Illinois wins their second game of the season. They are now 2-8. Let's go to Kenny McReynolds with Joe Novak.
Coach, you're smiling, you're happy. What a game. Really exciting.
It was a good football game. You know, we lost Nicholson there at the end, but Ryan Morris stepped in, and good to get a win.
What's your update on Nicholson?
Head injury. I think he'll be okay, but he's got to, have a little time off here.
Finally, coach, the offensive line, outstanding.
They do. They've really improved all year long. Had a great day tonight.
Okay, congratulations, coach. Okay, David, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kenny. Congrats to Joe Novak and his club. They get the victory. Very quick, Bob, your quick thoughts.
Well, again, it all comes up to the offensive line. The way the offensive line played kept them in the game. Great technique, great execution. Hats off to Joe Novak and his entire staff. I can't wait to get back here after Thanksgiving.
Don't forget, the next NIU game on Comcast Sportsnet airs Saturday, November 24th, live at 3 as the Huskies battle Ball State. For Bob Kamau, Kenny McReynolds, I'm David Kaplan saying good night, everybody. The Huskies win it 27-20.
The Range Rover Sport, with complimentary scheduled maintenance. Visit your local Land Rover Center.
Of course you're anxious. You're entering a whole new phase of your life.
If you say old age.
No, the retirement red zone.
You're making that up.
Well, that's what Prudential calls the 5 years